what it do with my people, RKBB family. We about to go ahead and get it started up, man. I'm gonna drop this track, and you already know what's happening after that.
Yeah. It's the road runner. Nigga. You wild, boy. Should I mix the off-white with the V-Long? Sippin' Bel Air, mixed with the P-Tron. Fuck around and put some walk in a cream soda. Been that nigga since a youngin' on the seesaw. Randos walking up, they asking what the jeans cost me. Southwest, I'm just waiting on the lift off. Brody in the field, waiting on the kickoff.
Mute your mic, brother.
Running plays back to back with
Thank
the
you.
big dogs. All whites on my feet, I'm just kicking it. V-Long for the teeth, feeling ignorant. With a nigga bitch in traffic, facing out the zip. Told her carry on the bag, you know she took the trip. All I do is trap, in love with taking risks. Southwest money man, love making flips. I can lead you to a bag, but when you take that trip, really know about the bottom, cause I came from it. In the game, I'm a coach and a captain. Come invest team, show you how a backflip. Disappear and reappear, this shit magic. Pack Rican, this the third time I rapped it. Money team MO, we don't do capping. Out the mud, never switch, we the family. Outside your shit like Call of Duty, bitch, we camping. Back to back with this Drake, this bitch flashing. Should I mix the off-white with the V-Long? Sippin' Bel Air, mixed with the P-Tron. Fuck around and put some walk in a cream soda. Been that nigga since a youngin' on the seesaw. Randos walking up, they asking what the jeans cost me. Southwest, I'm just waiting on the lift off. Brody in the field, waiting on the kickoff. Running plays back to back, we the big dogs.
What it do with my favorite motherfucking people, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself, good brother.
Man, I go by the coach, aka the dog god.
So today, man, we're gonna give it to y'all nice and greasy. You feel me? My good brother right here, he 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 specializes in the same type of talents that God has gifted me. And like I said, we just about to bring y'all this good knowledge, man, and bring back these real dogs.
That's right.
So go ahead and kind of give the people your introduction to how you began and before you even got into the dogs and what made you want to get into the dogs.
Oh man. I mean, shoot. Hey, you guys got your popcorn? You know, it's a journey for sure.
If y'all sipping on something, make sure y'all go get
Yeah,
the
yes.
best yak you can find.
Yes.
If you smoking on something, make sure you go find you the best Dodie you can find.
Yes, sir.
Uh, if
That's
you're
right.
just sitting back watching this on TV,
That's right.
make sure you find the best munchies.
That's right. That's right. Get comfortable. You know what I mean? It's a journey. It's a journey. My life is a journey. With these dogs, it was truly a journey. I'll take you to the beginning. The essence of where I started. Back in 1996 is
That's the year before I
when,
was born, brother.
yeah, I'm gonna take you back, man, back in time. Michael J. Fox, Time Machine. So back in 1996, it was me and one of my cousins, and at that time, pit bulls was the dog to have. Okay, so and not only pit bulls, it was red nose pit bulls. You know, everybody had to have a red nose.
Oh yeah, I'm familiarized with that.
Okay, so that's the late '90s. So at that time, shoot, let's see, I was probably 17. You know what I'm saying? I'm already exposing my age. You know what I'm saying? But 17. So to make a long story short, because it's a long story, the journey's deep. My cousin and I was on a mission. You know, we had a couple of dollars, Back in the day, you used to get your dogs out the papers. You know, you'll go back into the pet classifieds, go into the papers, and look for your pets and stuff like that, right? So I talked to my cousin, was like, look, man, because everybody, all the young guys that had a couple of dollars, whether you was hustling or whether you had a job, they had either had Rottweilers, they had pit bulls. So that was around my neighborhood. And so I told my cousin, I'm like, look, man, we got to get us some pits. We can't have these cats, coming out there showing out on us. You know what I mean? And they took pride, and just like I do now, but as a young man, we was taking pride in our dogs. So I remember I had like $300, man, that I saved up from my job. I mean, my cousin was working too, so he had a couple of dollars too. And I was like, look, man, we're gonna go outside of the city, and we're gonna go and find our dog. We're not getting the dogs in the city like these other cats. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go outside the city and get our dogs. So my cousin put it on me. He's like, look, man, I know you know the dogs. He was like, I know you know the dogs. I know you know what we need. Find what we need. And, make sure, we got an edge on these cats, edge on these cats. So I was like, I got you. So anyway, I went outside the city, did my research, went in the paper, found some red noses, talked to a few, called a few of the ads. And I had two guys. One was this Mexican cat. Actually, two of them was Mexican cats, right? So, but I told him what I wanted. I said, hey, man, I'm from this city. I need something that's going to be, next level. We got this much to spend. I think he was charging like 500. One of the dudes charging 500. The other dude, I think, was charging like 250 or whatever, right? So it's two cats I was able to talk to. So anyway, what made me choose them, because, we didn't have no photos or nothing back in those days. You know what I mean? It wasn't like the internet today. You know what I mean? It was conversation based.
Yeah, it was word of mouth type of thing. Like people didn't even show the parents; they just pulled up to you with a pup.
Correct. You know what I'm saying? But it was just an ad. You know what I'm saying? That's what you get in black and white. You get an ad, red nose. Maybe the little description and a phone number. So how I was basing my decision was based off of the conversation. Because I was asking for something specific. I was like, look, man, I need to have the best dogs in my city, and that's why I'm coming to your city to get the dogs. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I want to buy two dogs. So I was, I was early bird with the lingo to be able to entice people to, like listen to me, because I'm a young kid. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, man, I get calls all the time. You probably wolfing, you probably ain't buying, you probably ain't got no money. But me and my cousin, we had our bread right. So anyway, I had two guys. I boiled it down to two guys. I was like, look, we're gonna come out to you. So we drove to a whole nother city. I think that was like a 2-hour drive. We drove, boom, met with one of the dudes, and he had the parents on site. Now, of course, the mom, the mom is still, she ain't gonna look her best. You know what I'm saying? But I judged it off the male back in those days. I was young. I judged off the male. So I went to the dude's house, and I call it a backyard breeder, but he had papers on his dog. And, I saw the father, and the father was pretty cool, pretty dope dog. But the puppies was just amazing. I was like, wow, those are some beautiful puppies. And he had a male that was like a red and white. Kind of like a red and white. And it wasn't a pie dog, but it was a red and white red nose. And at that time, I didn't know about picking, how to pick out dogs. I was like, look, I need the one that's got the most fire, and I want something with some size. That's what I asked him. So of course I let him pick my dog out. He picked my dog out. You know what I'm saying? So he picked my dog out. I got it. Boom. He was asking 500. I came out here 300. You know what I mean? 300. Boom. Cause I told him how much I had to spend. He sold it to me for 300. Boom. Got the dog. Was happy. Then for my cuz, we went to this other breeder. Okay. And he had this dog, and it was dual registered. You know what I'm saying? He had a dual registered dog, ADBA, and it was some other registry. I don't even remember, but I know one of them was ADBA, and it was an all white dog. And I think he had like a red patch on his eye, but he was all solid white, red nose. So I was like, oh, one of my cousins like, I like him. You know what I mean? That dog that I was describing. All right, let's get him. So he got him for $250 dual register. Mine was only registered ADBA, and his was registered dual. So he came up on that dual registry, and that's papers was a big thing too in those days because a lot of people were getting backyard dogs. So we came outside. Well, we went outside the city, got our dogs papered, spent the bread. I negotiated the deal, got us 2 dogs. So we came in with some serious dogs. So that was my essence. That's when I started. Bought my dogs, spent, that was a lot of money back in those days for dogs. You know what I'm saying? Especially for pit bulls. Spent my money, got my dogs. Me and my cousin got our dogs. Okay. So that's where it started. And in those days, we weren't into, it wasn't about fighting dogs. You know what I mean? And this, this is in the past now. So I'm not promoting fighting dogs or nothing like that. But those of us who understand pit bulls, Rottweilers, and neighborhood dogs, we was about that action. But for us at that time, we spent the money. We didn't want our dogs to end up dying in that type of arena, if you want to call it that. So what we would do with our dogs back in those days is we would call it hitting. We let the dogs hit. And what that means is we would let them kind of rustle, see whose dog is dominant in the positioning, and if we notice something that the dog was either giving up or was hurt, then we would break them up. You know what I'm saying? We would call it hitting. That's what we called it. So that's what we were doing in those days as young teenagers. You know what I'm saying? And the dogs that we bought was wrecking. Man, we was wrecking our city up, man, wrecking them. You know what I mean? With the hits, we call them the submissions. You know what I'm saying? And so from there, that's where I started right there. Okay, that's my essence of the dog game. Pit bull, spent some bread as a teenager, got some dogs outside the city.
And what year was this, King? What year was this?
96, 97.
That wasn't back in the day, man.
I mean, come on. It's back in the day when it comes to my day. I was 17.
97. 96. Let me tell you back in the day. 94, 95, 92. That's back in the day. Okay. But I'm gonna give it to you. How old is you, King?
Man, I'm 44. Family, how old are you? 50?
Oh man, yeah. You talking about 9? Oh man, I jumped through this phone. You talking about back in the day, 06. You 44 years old. Let's tell.
No, I said 96.
Oh, 96. Oh, I'm sorry. Ooh, let me shut up. Oh, I'm sorry. No, yeah, that's back in the day.
Look, big bro.
Listen, I'm kind of deaf. Rose tell you I'm kind of deaf, King. I'm kind of deaf. Okay, 96. Oh yeah, that's back in the day.
Coming over here, you coming on this shit with the Tank Davis nigga. You know Tank Davis did the shit last night. Come on, man, you gotta perform right.
No, listen, salute, big bro. Welcome to the panel, man.
Well, listen, I'm deaf, and Tank hit me with one of them punches. I'm deaf. 96. Okay, yeah, that's back in the day. All right, I was about to say. All right, so you and your cousin spent $500 on 2 puppies.
Yes.
Got papers.
Got papers.
96. So y'all came up. So y'all was really ahead of the game now, because papers really mean something now. Back then, didn't nobody care about papers. Now, right. So you and your cousin was ahead of the game in the early 90s.
In the early 90s, and we went outside the city. You know how it is when you go outside the city, because niggas want to claim the fame back in those days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I went outside the city. Me and my cousin went outside the city, spent our bread, got paper dogs, and not only that, them dogs was wreck. They was wrecking. We was wrecking.
Right.
So,
right.
And like I said, I'm not promoting that, but we talking about.
Listen, that's how we came up. That's how we came up. That wasn't violence to us. Yeah, correct. That was traditional to how we came up. You feel what I'm saying?
I'm gonna go ahead and put the disclaimer. You know what I mean?
Put the disclaimer.
Anything that we are saying right now was back in the day. This is not present day stuff. We already know what goes on. If you are doing that stuff present day, your ass need to go hang yourself.
Hang yourself.
But
kill yourself.
Other than that, y'all know what it is, man. We just giving you guys good history, you feel me, and good information.
Yes. We in the time machine, man. We in the time machine. We go on Michael J. Fox on them. We going in the time machine.
Man. Okay, look, I'm around with you. So all right, y'all got your 2 pups. Continue your story. So how y'all elevate from there?
Sir.
after you had the hit squad, you and your cousin had the hit squad going on
Yes.
back in
Yes.
the 90s. After y'all capitalized on the hit squad, everybody knew you in the town that you and your
Correct.
cousin was nothing to mess around. And
Correct.
let's get it to the peoples. Y'all
Man,
had paper,
let's keep it
y'all
moving.
had paper dogs
Let's
back
keep it
in
moving.
the 90s. So you was ahead of the game. So
Man,
continue, King. Continue.
Charles in charge, head of the class, man. That was me. So watch this.
Continue. Okay.
So watch this. So we bring those puppies to the city, right? 8 weeks. But they was damn near the same age, right? So I got the red and white one. My cuz got the all white one with the red patch. But see, that was before I really understood dogs. I just wanted to be ahead. Like I said, I wanted to be different. I was in tune with I wanted to go when niggas, when people went this way, I wanted to go that way. So my cousin's dog, we didn't necessarily know what our dogs was. We was rookies. So we didn't know what our dogs was, what they had. We didn't know about drive. We didn't know about nothing. We just wanted a red nose pit from out of the city. So watch this. My cuz, right? He got a dog, right? Now my cuz he don't know nothing about dogs. You know what I'm saying? We just was two birds of a feather that flocked together. You know what I'm saying? That's how me and my cuz was. So it's like, we had our friends had their dogs. We would love dogs. My cousin's like, look, you the one that know dogs, cousin. You know what I mean? He's talking to me. Now, you know the one, you know dogs. Pick out the dogs for us. So anyway, my cousin's dog ended up being the one that had the most fire. Mine's had fire, but his had stupid fire from the gate. So we get his dog. We take our dogs to the park. Okay. 8-week-old puppy. There's this girl swinging. She's swinging on a swing. Okay. Little girl swinging on. We're in the park. We let the dogs play. We don't know what we even got. Let the dogs play. Man, that dog that I gave my cousin bought, the 250 dog, dual registered, okay, all white with the red patch on his eye, instantly ran and bit the swing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's before I knew what the drive was. Instantly ran, took off, bit the swing where that little girl was, nicked her booty, bit the bottom of the swing, but actually nicked the girl's little booty or whatever. Boom, bit the girl on accident, but was hanging on the swing. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Now her mom was tripping, you know what I mean? Like, she called the police on us and everything. Like, this is early bird. Called the police on us. Now, of course, we don't know what we got. You know what I'm saying? We rookies. We like, damn, what the fuck? The puppy just going crazy over there, right? Hanging on the swing, shaking the swing up. Now, luckily, and this is the most high, police come, whatever. I talked to the lady, like, look, I said, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Like, this is a little puppy, we don't know. He just wanted to bite the swing, and, I apologize. So anyway, I sweet talked the woman to where she didn't press no charges on us. But at the same time, we had to register that puppy with animal control for an offense at 8 weeks. Okay. Because the dog bit the swing, wanted to hang on the swing, and was shaking the swing up, but bit the little girl. So that's what we was like, damn, man, this dog is hot. So right there, we kind of figured out what we had. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So from that point on, right, we was over there taking our puppies, and our other partners had like I said, Rottweilers and pit bulls. All of our partners had Rottweilers and pit bulls. That's what we had. Man, we would go over there and let our puppies, you know what I'm saying? That's back in the day when you used to rough your puppies up and make them vicious. So I would get them on my dog and put them in the corner, and I'll just make them get upset. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, back into the hole. Yep.
Yeah, you know how it is. You know what I'm saying? We would bring it out of them. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would do to, kind of get my dog to be on a level. So that's where it started. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up, I was still living with my parents at the time. I ended up having to sell my dog. You know what I'm saying? My parents was like, no, we ain't having this. You know what I'm saying? Like, he too much. Like, he know how to break out. You know what I'm saying? He know how to break out. He running to people around. People are scared in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? I had to get rid of him.
So your dog was on one of them band commercials.
100%, big bro, 100%. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? He was a sweet dog. He wasn't a man biter. But
right. But back in the day, them people ain't understand.
Nah, they didn't understand
the breed of dogs, of pit bulls. All they knew was vicious and violence. Period. So when Yeah, when your dog used to break out, they used to be scared your dog gonna act normal and attack. Like, hold up, y'all trying to get me, y'all scaring me, so I'm a snap back. And he snapped
Period.
his yeah. So yeah, your dog was on one of the warning posters. All right.
Yeah, he was on. He was definitely on. But you know what? Like I said, it was the pit bull old, but he wasn't fucking with nobody. He just, he's just
Right,
a little
right,
young dog pissing vinegar. That's all he was. You know what I'm
right, right,
saying?
right. And he was a
So
pup at that, so he was exploring and having fun.
yeah, he was exploring. But at let's see, at that time when he was over there breaking out, he was probably like a year old. So he had his little striations, his little muscle, his little testosterone was kicking
Yeah,
in.
oh
So
yeah,
he
he
was
was feeling it. He was
yeah, he
feeling
was
himself.
feeling himself, and people was intimidated. And then at the time, my dad wasn't really for me having that type of dog, but I already had it. So
Hmm.
my dad kind of liked him, but at the same time, my dad couldn't handle that dog. He was very intelligent and he had drive. My dad wasn't, he liked dogs, but he wasn't in tune with that type of dog. So
Right,
him
right.
having to, if I was at work and him having to go get the dog out the neighborhood, he was like, man, you know what? You're gonna have to you gotta get rid of Angel. His name is Angel, by the way. You gotta get rid of
Okay.
Angel. You know what I'm saying? You got
Yeah,
because
because Angel ain't gonna listen to nobody but you. You know how
correct,
pit bull was back in the day.
correct.
You ain't my master. Listen. You just live in the house with me. My master out, so I'm gonna show my ass off. You know how they do
Facts.
it.
Facts.
They
So long
smart, like you said, intelligent dogs, man.
facts. So watch this. Long story short with that.
Yeah.
Pops was like, "Hey man, you gotta get rid of the kid, man. I can't control him. You got work. He over there breaking out. We got a nice backyard. He over there digging. All the shit that you learning with these dogs that got a lot of drive. So I was like, oh man. So because I earned a reputation amongst my peers, right? The money that I paid for him, I was able to sell him at about a year. I think it was probably a year and a half when I actually had to sell him. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Sold him to a Mexican cat. You know what I'm saying? Because of the
Okay.
reputation that he was. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
exactly what I paid for him. Boom. And then my cousin's dog, though, my cousin's dog ended up being a damn man biter. He, yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh,
So he,
so listen, so in the
So the
beginning of the
same.
game, no, in the
So
beginning of the game, you learned the yin and the yang of owning dogs.
facts.
Okay, okay. So you was able to get groomed early. Oh, continue.
Okay, so watch this. So my cousin's dog ended up being a man biter, and how we figured that out. See, my cousin was a rookie, and when you beat your dogs. See, I didn't beat my dogs. My cousin, he was a big, he's a big dude. He kind of heavy set, but he's a big dude, very intimidating guy, and he would put his force on his on. He named him Prince. He put his force on his dog named Prince. Now remember, that's the dog that went instantly and got a charge by the animal control, biting the swing and biting that little girl on accident because she was on the swing when he bit her. So that was already that instincts of that dog, right? So this is before I knew about temperament. I didn't know nothing about the dog. I just wanted a red nose that was outside of the city.
Right, you wanted
So
some fire. You wanted to
yeah,
show up.
yeah.
Hmm.
And we were
Yeah.
doing that. We were doing that. So watch this though. The dog that my cuz got ended up attacking him, ended up running his mom, running his dad. Like the dog was sick, right? So my cuz was like, call me up one day. I remember my cuz called me up one day, like, look, he's like, look, man, hey, I'm about to kill this dog, man. This dog tried to attack me. And I went to the house, right? He's like, you need to come. And he had bite marks all on his arm, right? But I remember I was telling him, like, yo, you can't be beating your dog like that, because at the end of the day, that dog's gonna see you as prey. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna respect you as the daddy. He gonna respect you. He gonna see you as a prey. And I warned him about that shit because that's how he disciplined him. He beat the shit out that dog. Like he would beat the shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? And I would tell him, like, you can't do your dog like that. You got to deal with him with psychology. You got to deal with him mentally. And I knew that off the top early. You got
Right,
to
right.
deal with him with love so he can understand what you're saying is law. But if you deal with him in what he's built, like how this dog is built to fight. So if you deal with him in a fighting manner, you're going to get that in return. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew that early. And I told my cousin, and guess what? That dog tried to attack him. He had bite marks all on his arm. That dog used to run his mom and dad up because they loved the dog when it was a puppy. But then when my cousin he put that spirit in him. That's what I said he did. I said, you put that spirit in your dog. So guess what? He had to turn that dog in because that dog was was trying to kill him. That dog was trying to kill him, literally. He had bite marks all over his arm, like the dog tried to kill
him. That dog was a maniac. So.
Man, but you know what?
I'm over here crying. Listen, King, I'm over here crying, laughing because I don't even know what your cousin look like. But the picture that you giving me, I can picture how I look because I know when I was young, I used to let my cousin Doug's out on the neighbors, and the Doug's get to him and bite them all up and be scratched all up.
Come on, you know what it is.
I know what you're talking about because I had a dog like that, and his name was Jordan. This is one of my first dogs I raised. I was like 15 years old, and he was a one-man dog. You know what I mean? Couldn't no other man come in and get that dog structured. He would try to attack him.
Yeah, but we didn't know. I mean, we were virgins to the dogs. I mean, like I said, that was my essence. That was when I started.
Right. So that's just right.
We didn't know nothing about the temperament. We didn't know nothing about drive. We didn't know nothing about nothing. We were trying to impress our partners who had dogs in our neighborhood, in our city. And so we didn't know what we had. So when I would see my cousin beat his dog, I was like, yo, cuz you can't do that, because at the end of the day, I would see how the dog would look at him. Even though the dog would submit, the dog looked at him like revenge. You could see it in the dog's eyes. The dog eyes said revenge. It wasn't no respect. You know what I'm saying? I didn't treat my dogs like that, but my cousin treated his dogs like that. He treated his dog like that.
The dog looked at him like, nigga, when I get the chance, I'm going to take
it. Yeah, I seen it. Like I was there when he would do it, and I was like, cuz, you can't do that. Like, cuz, look, like, don't do that. That dog is, come on, he's bowing down to you now, but the look in his eyes was intense, and I saw it. Like, no, don't do it. So then he attacked him and fucked him up, like fucked his arm up, and he had the knife. He was trying to stab him. I'm like, cuz, you can't be doing that. So anyway, he ended up getting rid of that dog. So anyway, that was my entrance to the dog game right there. Boom, pit bulls, hot. You know, running the city, we was doing our thing. So off the top, I was like, you know what, Pitbull, that's my shit. Fast forward, right? Probably like, let's see, 2000. I would say 2000 and 2000. Actually, it was 2000, year 2000. Okay. I had a partner of mine that I was business associate with. I was doing music back in those days. You know what I mean? I was selling cars, doing music, whatever. So anyway, I had a partner of mine who did insurance, and we was tied in together in our little music group that we was doing, right? And I was like, you know what? I'm thinking about getting back into dogs again. And I was like, I want a chocolate pit. You know what I mean? You know, I remember I'm still a virgin. I want a chocolate pit. I'm still picking out physical attributes of the dog. I don't even necessarily know the essence of a dog. I'm picking out physical attributes, what I see. Man, I want a chocolate pit. My partner was like, you know, my homeboy down the way, man, he just got a litter of puppies. They chocolate pits. So I'm like, really? Man, let me go see. So he takes me over there, and it's a backyard breeder, whatever. And it was some chocolate pits, right?
Right.
Okay, damn, oh man, shit, I want me a chocolate pit. So I was like, you know, I'm thinking about playing with the dogs. Man, how much? He was like, $150. I'm like, cool, that's easy. That's easy money. You know what I'm saying? I remember how much I paid for my first one. So I'm like, $150, but they weren't papered. You know what I mean? So I'm like, cool, I'll take them, right? $150, that's cheap. Got them. Man, that was a disaster. That's when I first figured out inbred dogs. And you know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. That's when I first figured out what inbred dogs are, and in how the negative effects, if you don't know how to inbreed correctly, how those negative genetic traits, you know, come out in the offspring, right? That's the first time I learned about it. So this dog was dumb. Like it you know, he couldn't figure out the simple things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how dogs will, let's say, for example, shit in the area. So I was crate training the dog, right? It was shit in this area. And, you know, sometimes, you know, if it's in a tight, confined area, yeah, it'll get messy, but you know what I'm saying? It's not going to like being in that shit, right? It's not going to like it. You know what I mean? This dog would eat his shit, and I would discipline it. Like, no. Correct it. Like, look, boom, take it to outside, use the bathroom. But he would never pick it up. Like, he would just still eat his shit, be in his shit, piss all the time. I was like, you know what? I can't. No, fuck this dog. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my language, but I was like, screw this dog, man. This dog's out of here. You know what I'm saying? So luckily I have my wife, which is currently now my wife, but she was my girlfriend then. I was like, I got to get rid of this dog. I named him Sire. I got to get rid of this dog, man. This dog's dumb. And so she had somebody that she worked with that wanted him, and we just gave him away, man. So I had a bad taste in my mouth about those dogs, backyard breeders and stuff like that. Inbred. Right. That was my first experience with inbred dog. I had a bad taste. I'm like, I'll never inbreed. Fuck, these dogs is dumb. Like, really, that's because I'm still learning. I'm a rookie. I'm learning. So I'm like, you know what? This ain't gonna work. Fast forward. Now, at that time, I was in the mortgage business. This is probably like this is 2004, 2005. Okay. So after I got rid of that dog, I didn't get no more dogs. 2004, 2005, that was when the blue pits, y'all remember that? The blue pits? Okay. That was when the blue pits was hot. Now, I ain't never seen a gray dog in my life until those blue pits. I mean, real sure. I know the Neo was blue, you know what I mean? But I was never exposed. And, the internet started to really blossom in the early 2000s. Y'all remember that.
Right. Was this more familiarized like off the gray line dogs or anything in particular around that?
No specific dog. It was just the blue. It was called the blue pit.
Blue pit.
Or they would say blue nose. Remember that?
Yeah, blue nose. That's
I remember that. I remember that.
Okay, so that's where. Blue. Yes.
This kind of like around the same type of time when the Champagne like fawn dogs popped out, right?
Correct.
A little before that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit before that. 100%, big bro. 100%. Okay. So when they were talking about blue dogs, which is the gray, right? First of all, that color, I mean, come on, man. That's damn near a timeless color like a black. To see a gray dog, even a gray pit bull was like that infatuated me. And remember, this is still early in my dog man career, understanding dogs. I was still aesthetics back in those days. So the color intrigued me. And then the pit bull, I was always a pit bull fan from the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. So then right then, I had a friend of mine from Cleveland. His name is Keith. Okay, from Cleveland. And I was telling him, like, yo, have you heard of those blue pits? And he was like, what? You know what I mean? Like, that's the first time he heard of it too. So we was researching it, saw a couple of them, was like, yo, that's dope. That color is dope. And it's on a pit bull. Ooh, we got to get one. So anyway, that's when I was like, I'm about to take this dog game serious. I had a couple of dollars. I had some extra dollars. You know what I mean? I was doing well in my life, and my partner was doing good. And he was like, yo, let's partner up. I want to get into the dogs too, because he was in the pit bulls back in his day. So like, hey, let's get these blue pits. Mm-hmm. So fast forward, right? He trusted me. You know what I mean? That's one thing about me. That and I'll go into my name and all that stuff and what that means. But my friends, my cousins, they always entrusted me because they know I do the research. You know what I'm saying? They know I take pride in understanding and communicating and getting information so that we make the right decisions, right?
Right.
So then he was like, look, you get a male, I get a female, we'll partner up. I was like, done data. You know what I'm saying? Let's done data. Now, this is where my breeding, when I started to be a breeder came in, right? We took it serious because we had money then. We had extra money. I even though I had money as a young man, but we had money to be able to buy what we really wanted. And I have more of an understanding now than I did when I was, in 96, 17 years old type shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So here we go. I was like, cool. I go and do some research. Now, this is when the internet. I'm going to the internet. I'm going on the different puppy sites. I'm going on the different boards that they had. And I'm researching blue. I just looking for blue pit bulls. So I go and I tap into a breeder that's in Pennsylvania. And they had like a champion male that they had, and the female was a black dog, like a black and white dog, but the male was blue. and she had this chocolate. You know what I'm saying? This chocolate. Remember, it goes back to what I was talking about chocolate pits. You know what I'm saying? I wanted a chocolate pit. So she had an actual chocolate red nose, right? But then the daddy was blue, the mom was black. And I asked her, I said, look, I want to produce blue dogs. Can this dog produce blue? She was like, yeah, this dog. And plus dad's a champion. So she was selling me on our program and stuff. It's a woman. And I was like, I like that chocolate one. I always wanted the chocolate one. She's like, yeah, but it will produce blue. I'm like, okay, cool. And that was $800, $800 she was asking.
Oh, that ain't bad.
No, I mean, it wasn't bad at that time. You know what I mean? I wasn't tripping. I'm like, okay, cool. And like I said, I had a couple of dollars anyway, so I was prepared to spend thousands. But at the end of the day, 800, I came up to me because I got what I wanted. Yeah, I got what I wanted, and it produced blue. You know what I'm saying? Because this is where I started as a breeder. So then, boom, I got that male. You know what I'm saying? I got him. I got a chocolate male. You know what I mean? He's like almost like a Butterfinger color. You know what I'm saying? But he had the red nose and all that stuff. He was beautiful. Got him, and I knew he produced the blue. And then I tapped into a breeder in Arkansas, and this is where I first found out about watchdog bloodline, like what the watchdogs were. And so
talk that shit, brother. Talk that shit.
Come on, man. I'm gonna take y'all. I'm telling you, Michael J. Fox. We about to go back in time. I'm about to give you the whole essence of it. So this is where I first learned about watchdog bloodlines. So I tapped into this breeder. He's in Arkansas, white dude. Okay, Southern accent. Okay, called him up. Hey, his advertisement was blue pit bulls for sale. That's how it was advertisement. And so now I'm looking for.
Can you let him know what year this was?
This is 05. This is 05, 04, 05. I would say I would give you the window 04, 05, 2004, okay. 2005.
Y'all stay listening. All the viewers out there that's listening, it's like a time lapse.
I'm taking y'all back. We went from 96, 97. Then we went from 2000, 1999 to 2000 with that backyard pit bull play. That I first figured out what inbred dogs were like. Some of them were stupid as hell. Then we go fast forward to 2004, 2005 when I was trying to be a breeder. You know what I'm saying? That was my start to being a breeder. Okay. So here we go. I tap into the breeder in Arkansas, right? His ad was blue pit bulls for sale. Remember, my thing was I wanted blue pit bulls. So I'm like, boom, I call him up. This is how God works. I call him up and, I'm very humble, but I ask questions to make people want to give me answers because I'm humble enough to have a conversation with you where you like, okay, this young man want to learn. So now I'm getting game from this breeder, right? So I'm like, look, man, I just bought a dog. I'm interested in another blue dog. I want to produce blue pits. I'm just talking as a rookie. I'm in the breeding, tell me what you got there. He was like, look. He's like, this dog that I got over here, these dogs that I got over here, these is hog dogs. I was like, what's a hog dog? He's like, these dogs we use for hog hunting. Okay. They got a lot of game, a lot of drive, and they work. They're working dogs. However, they're still blue because that's what I wanted, right? I'm like, okay, well, I'm not really hearing what he's saying to me. I just wanted an all blue bitch because I'm, getting that for my partner, right? Because we want to produce blue dogs. So anyway, I'm hearing him, but I'm not really understanding. I'm not really comprehending, but he's giving me game on what I'm buying. He's telling me at the end of the day, these dogs is hot. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm used to that early bird, when back in 96, 97, but I'm not comprehending it because I just was looking for blue. My mind was blue dog, blue dog, blue dog, blue dog. So we get a female from him, right? Boom, buy the female. Hey, I got that deal broken down. I think he was asking 1,000, and I think I got him down to $600. Okay. So that's my power of, persuasion and, conversation and like, hey, young man, I like what you're talking about. I like what you're doing. How much you got? I mean, I only got 600. Boom. Got it. So we get the dog, female, Arkansas, watchdog. That was our first watchdog dog. We didn't know nothing about watchdog bloodline. We didn't know nothing about nothing. We just got a blue dog. So then the dog that I got my partner Keith, that dog ended up being, it's a female too. That dog ended up being probably one of the most key, one of the key foundation dogs in my program to date. to current. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't know that. Man, this bitch right here, man, this bitch was beautiful, man. Beautiful. Remind me of the old school game dolls, but man, she had huge, thick, muscular rears. She was ripped up out of control, and she had drive that was unparalleled, man. Unparalleled drive, man. Real talk. Like I drive, like I said, I remember my cousin's dog. I remember him, but he was unstable. This dog had drive, but prey drive. It wasn't no man drive, prey drive. Wanted to kill, kill, kill. And like I said, this is in the past. We didn't use it. We wasn't pushing that. We wasn't pushing her to do that, but it was her instincts. Like the video was telling me, this dog is a hog dog. These dogs were bred to hunt hogs. So her prey drive was just turned up from a puppy. And she turned out to be just a specimen, man. And she turned out to produce some amazing puppies. You know what I'm saying? So boom.
So excuse me to cut you off. You say you still got that blood in your camp, or you still go off that style in your camp now?
I have it deep rooted in my camp.
So you still, from 20 years ago, you still got that blood in your camp. That is awesome, King.
Deep rooted. Hey, bro, it gets better. Hey, big bro, it gets better, big bro.
I'm sitting. Listen, I'm sitting in the time machine with you. We in the car, man. I just got to slice some bananas up. I'm about to throw it in the front. You know. They ran off, and they ain't run off of gasoline. They ran off of trash and Back to the Future.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? Facts. So you know what I mean? Like I said, I want to give. I just want to let y'all to understand.
No, I'm enjoying the story. I hope the viewers enjoying it as much as I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the story. I love to hear things like this. Somebody having the blood from 20 years ago deeply rooted in their program. So that means you perfect what you started out doing. But continue, King. Continue.
Yes, sir. Much respect, big bro. All right, so watch this. So then, boom. Now remember, this is my beginning of the breeding part of my journey. Okay. So and I would say me and my partner, we didn't necessarily know what we had at that time. So my dog that I purchased ended up having perfect structure. He was a small dog. He was probably like maybe 45 pounds, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But had excellent structure. Beautiful black hair, beautiful color. You know, he was handsome, and actually the smartest dog I've ever owned. Still to this day, the dog was so intelligent that, you know how you would train your dog: sit, stay, shake, down, roll over. You know, this is the basic stuff. You know what I mean? And I would train that dog, right? But I would do hand signs, and I know Rose know what this is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure you know what it is, big bro. But you know, you train them in hand signals and all that stuff, right? This dog was, you know how you would see those dogs that would answer commands so fast. As soon as you say it, boom, 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 boom. That's how this dog was on hand signs. You know, shake, right, left, right. It was so quick, and he would figure out how to open doors, shut doors. He was very intelligent, very in tune, right, and had superb structure. I didn't like his size, but again, for me, it was just a start. I was a start. But then my brother's dog, what he had, oh man, that dog was a thug. That dog had probably about 3 or 4 different animal control violations because it was just fucking anything up that was, man, that dog was doing damage anywhere he was at. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how people...
Excuse me, it sounds like y'all stayed in the doggy jail, man.
I mean, you know, this is before we knew. We didn't necessarily
I understand. That's why I'm tripping. This is when, like I said again, your dogs or your puppies was poster childs for don't own a pit bull in America.
Facts. And this is facts. And remember, I'm a rookie still. I'm learning on the job. This is called on the job training. I didn't have no OGs. I like to be a trendsetter. So I stepped outside the box and I did my things. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not necessarily knowing. I'm not knowing about drive. I'm not knowing about man biters. I'm not knowing about these things. I just want a dog that when I say go, go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm learning on the job, and so is my family. You know, he learned on the job too. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he was living out there in Oakland, right? Because I'm in California. He lived out there in the Oakland Hills. Man, had a dope ass house in Oakland Hills. Had his dog out there. Now he had a backyard that was like a hill. So his dog would, have deer, whatever. His dog would run up and down this hill all day, that female. And that dog was looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger, man. This rears this muscular out. She was looking like a freak. You know what I'm saying? Because she just kept running up and down them hills. She had a lot of drive, prey drive.
Mm-hmm.
And so you know how you got these uppity people that will let their dogs walk off a leash?
Yep, by themselves. And
Yeah, people do that in the neighborhood, right?
Yep.
So,
especially when you got some land. Especially
on.
when you got some land, man. The street always wander on your property, and they wonder why I ain't coming back. Then you let them on my property.
Watch this.
What my dogs to do? But go ahead, continue.
Watch this, family. So then, my brother had his dog out in the front yard, right? He had him on a leash though, or had her on a leash, and some neighbor come with her little foo-foo dog off the leash. And then you know how the dogs do. They want to go and challenge. You know what I mean? Little foo-foo dog think they hype or whatever.
Yeah.
And ran up on his dog, man. And bro, his dog, man, you already know what happened to that little foo-foo dog, man. Got murdered. You know what I'm saying? The dog got murdered, right? So then
love is victory. Love is victory.
I mean, it was easy, man. It was like dealing with a rabbit. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
So, bro, he got fined for that because he was in an uppity neighborhood. He had to go to court for that. So what my partner did was like, you know what, fuck, I ain't having him kill my dog. They want him to kill his. They want to put his dog down because it's already like I think it was like his third or fourth violation because she's been hitting shit in the neighborhood all the time. That's what she do. Jump the fence, break the fence, hit shit. So, bro, he ended up moving her. He had a house in Sacramento. He had a house in Sacramento. He brought her. He said, I'm not having him kill my dog. So he sent her over to Sacramento. Said, hey, the dog died. You know what I'm saying? But skip court, all the shit. So anyway, I'm sure that dog got a warrant for his arrest. But anyway, he got the dog out of there, man, because they wanted to kill the dog. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit, they wanted to kill the dog.
They didn't give him the option to get him spayed and neutered first.
Man, the dog already had like 3 to 4 violations already.
They already done that. Done that.
The dog was over there smacking stuff. You know what I mean? It was, but like I said, that was before I understood prey drive. That was before I understood and really paid attention to the breeder and what the breeder was telling me. I'm a rookie. You know what I'm saying? I want a blue dog. That's an all blue dog, female. My dog can produce blue. Me and my family member, we gonna breed these dogs and we gonna get
right. We want that, right? We need that, right?
So I didn't know temperament back then. I didn't know the level of drive back then. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know any of that. So
especially using young man with a couple of dollars, you could buy what you want. Yeah, that was your toy, man. I want to go buy me a new dog. All right, good. You got somebody go half with you, man. Yeah, you good. Yeah. Correct. So y'all was buying everything up.
Man, we was we was in a position, right?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So y'all was buying what y'all wanted. Y'all was buying y'all toys. Everything else was taken care of. So y'all was living life.
Correct. And we was having stuff that was outside. Now that was when the internet. So now we outside the state. Not just the city. We outside. I got a dog from Pennsylvania. That's where my dog came from, Pennsylvania. That's before I knew about Dave. That's before I knew about Dave Wilson, right? That's before I knew about Bloodlines and Razor's Edge.
Right. Before it got, everything got so Bible ties. You feel what I'm saying? Before it got Bible ties. But continue. You taking this down memory lane. Let's go.
Take you. I'm trying to build it up to the crescendo so y'all know where I'm at today.
Listen. I'm here for you. As long as you here, I'm here. Let's go.
Respect, big bro. Respect. All right. So watch this. So then now we learning about our dog's temperament now. Okay. We breed them. I breed my dog to his dog, my family dog. Now we get our puppies. So we get blues and blacks, right? So my deal with my partner was, look, I get 2 picks because I want a male and a female. You keep the money off what you make, whatever. We got 12 puppies. I just need 2 puppies. You know what I'm saying? That was our deal. You know what I'm saying? Because he got the female, he got a whelpit, whatever. Cool. We made that deal. It was done. So I got 2. Boom. I got a black female. I named her Buffy, and I had a all blue male. His name was Bear. I named him Bear at the time. Boom. That's our first breeding. Got it. Right. So boom, I finally got my production. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, I'm excited. I've produced something. You know what I'm saying? I got a blue dog. I got, a black dog. I'm cool. So then, boom, I got my dogs. We're cool. I did my first breeding. I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? My partner, you know, whatever he did with his dogs, you know, it's up to him. But I was cool for what I was doing because you know what? That was our goal. You know what I'm saying? We're going to come together. You do what you do. I'll do what I do. Let's make it happen. So now I got my first productions. I think that was, let's see, if it was 05, we got the dogs. I think we did that about the third heat. I think that we did that when she was in her third heat. So that was about a year and a half. So let's just say 2006, 2007, got my puppies, right?
Ooh, so you hitting them when they 1,500 a watt now.
Come on, man. You know, we climbing up, baby.
Yeah,
we climbing
they
up.
15 a watt with papers, without papers. That's when the rappers got them. And you out there. So,
hey, and we was dual, big bro, and we was dual register. We was ADBA and UKC.
You could probably got 25 a pup if you wanted to be cocky.
Come on, man. You know, we kept it at that 1,500 though. We was you know how you want to take care of your peoples. You know what I'm saying? We was take care of our people.
But that was the demand and price. That was the demand and price. 1,500, no less.
Facts.
Yeah. Continue.
Okay, so now I got my pieces now. Now I'm in the game. Now I'm EA Sports in the game now. I got my productions. I finally produced a blue and a black. So then my partners, right? You know how you got your boys and stuff. They see your dogs, and I'm doing my thing. And there's other people who breeding, but I got my stuff, and they hearing about the hot bitch that we got. All the stuff. Cats still want that fire and desire in their dogs. So my boy was like, "Look, man, I want that male." I was like, "Man, I mean, this is my production. I don't want to sell them." He's like, "Look, man, come on, coach. You don't need them. You know what I'm saying? Just sell me the male." I'm like, I just thought about it, like, all right, man. All right, boom. Because he kept hounding me. So I was like, boom. I sold my male that I had, right? I sold my male to my partner. He got him. Boom. So I had the black female. So fast forward, she develops. We do another breeding. I let my partner just keep that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even ask for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because he asked me to do it again. I did it. Let him keep that. That's how we do with partners. You know what I'm saying? You keep that. I don't even off it. I already got my pieces.
Right.
So then I had another partner. Watch this. I had another partner, and we still in the mortgage game. So we making money. I had another dude. Okay. Watch this. I had another dude. Okay. White dude. You know what I'm saying? Cool cat. His name is Damien. Now we call him One Up Damien because anything that anybody did, he one upped you. This is what his energy was. He real cool cat. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But he gonna one up everybody. That's just who he was. You know what I mean? So
competition, that's his thing. I like
friendly.
that.
It was friendly competition. You know how?
That's cool. That's cool. See,
and I respect that.
I'm the type of guy I stun on him. I go run a ghost for a month. Make him go buy something.
Well, I mean, friendly competition is good competition, right?
Listen, there's nothing wrong with friendly competition. That just make you step and level your game up.
Facts.
Especially when you're not doing it to bring me down. You doing it to look, boy, look, this is what you can obtain. Come on, let's go.
Facts.
Motivate you. You might need somebody to put that fire in the ass sometimes. You know how.
Man, you know what, big bro? I'm gonna speak for myself. I always need that. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're in the trenches, it's lonely. You know what I'm saying? So when you got somebody pushing you to be better, and it's for the good, it's not for no hate and no malice. I love it, man. I invite it, and that's who he was.
It's hard to come around level-minded individual, male or female. You feel what I'm saying? Like that.
Hey, shout out. Let me say this real quick. Go
ahead.
Shout out to my good brother Soul Power, aka Game Day Kennels, man. If you're watching this family, if you watching this family, get well, man. I know you resting right now, man. You just got out that surgery, man. Get well, family, and get back to us. You feel me? You already know how to move and rock.
That's right. Man, salute to you.
Know. Hard work pay off. You get back to it. I might gotta get surgery on my goddamn shoulder, man. My bone grinding on my bone from
Man, you better take your ass in, man. Go get a CT scan, man. Stop playing with your life, bro.
Back in what was that? 08, I dislocated it. But I always played football, and I already got hit all dirt. Hit all dirt bikes, fell all dirt bikes, and I ain't don't feel right ever since, man.
We all done some shit to ourselves, man, to where our bones don't heal back correctly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's starting to hurt now. My age catching up with me. I'm 40 going on 60.
Respect. I understand that too. Yes, sir.
I gotta start working out the sun. But go ahead, continue the story. Let's go back now. So
Let's go
you
back, man.
you you on your second production. So
Yep.
your granddaughter and had a litter.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Okay, you
All
gave
right,
that
so
to your
watch
partner.
this.
So your other partner trying to jump in. White boy.
That's right. White boy, my boy
Mr.
Damien.
Upper, yeah, one
One
stand out
up.
on everybody. Yeah, one up. Come
One
on.
up
Yeah,
guy. We're gonna call him the one upper. So watch
one up.
this. Mr. One Upper, right?
Yeah.
So he sees me doing the dogs. He's like, he got a lot of money. If I got money, he got a lot more money. So he like, man, what I mean, shit, coach, shit. I love what you're doing with the dogs. I like that stuff, man. I mean, what you think? He started showing me certain type of dogs. I was like, look, man, this breeder right here, and there's a breeder called Muggleston Pitbull Farms. Y'all might know about it. You might know about it, big bro. Muggleston. Okay, so that's OG breeder. That's like Muggleston was on the.
I heard of him.
Okay, so Muggleston was on the level of Bossy. You know how Bossy Kennels is today?
I don't even know who Bossy is, but
Man,
continue.
Kate, you don't know who Kate is? Big bro. I gotta I'm gonna educate you later, family. But
no, he ain't gotta educate me. You know why I don't know who he is? Cause
it's a she.
It's a she.
Listen, I didn't reach the level to her success, or I'm not connected with nobody else connected to her. So, well, good looking queen for making up. What kind of dog she got?
She got
Man,
XLs.
XLs.
She got XLs.
And they had every pedigree.
She got XLs.
Yeah.
What she got? Hawk dogs?
No, hell no. She do all the colors. Any rainbow color, she got it. XL.
Yep. And she
Where's
with the promotion.
Where's she from?
Again?
Where's she from?
She from California.
Oh, she from out there?
But she big time. She like the forefront in the XL game. She probably number one in the XLs.
How much her puppies go for?
Probably like 20,000, 15,000.
No, that ain't nothing.
She sell to all the NFL players, bro.
Hey, I wish I was getting that, big bro. Fuck the bullshit.
What you mean? 15? That ain't nothing. That's 3 of my puppies. I can buy one.
You feel 15,000.
Listen, that's 3 of my puppies. 15,000. I sell 3 for 500, 5 racks a piece. I got the 15. Shit, what are you talking?
You sell 1 for 15 though.
That's what I'm saying. I sell 3 of mine and I sell a whole litter and go get one and keep that bitch out front of the house.
Nah, you don't want to keep that puppy in front of the house, nigga. Put that
Why not?
Somewhere safe.
So it's not a guard dog. I want to spend 15.
You can make it. You can make it a guard dog. You gotta.
If I'm gonna spend 15, I'm gonna check out whoever she is. Shout out to her. Never seen her. I'm coming for a dog. I'm gonna get one for 8,000 when I meet her. Listen, that's gonna be my goal. Who is she?
Bossy Kennels.
Look, I'm gonna buy a dog from her for 8 racks. Watch, I'm gonna get 8 racks.
One.
Look, I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna find. Look, send me that information. I bet I get a dog for 8 racks. You want it? I don't want it.
I don't want it. But hey, let me hold on. Let me finish, man, because I'm like almost in. I'm like.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
In the middle.
So, Mr. One Upper.
So watch this. So then there's a breeder named called Muggleston Pitbull Farms, and on that level, he's like on that level of Bossy Kennels. So I told my partner about it, right? Mr. One Up, like, hey, you know what? If you want a next level dog, you got to get it from them. Now he was selling to all the NFL players, like he's big time. Back in what? I think that was like 2007, 2008. Back in those days, okay. It was actually, you know what? No, it was actually 2007, 2006 when I talked to my partner, Mr. One Up, and I told him about Muggleston, right? And so he researched him, and that's when he was charging 8,000 to 10,000 back in those days. So there was a dog named Blue Boogie Monster that they had, was famous, big time dog. Okay, big blue dog, muscular dog, next level. A lot of the NFL players got it, whatever. So my partner went ahead and bought 2 dogs off of Blue Boogie Monster, male and a female. Spent, I think, a total of they spent 8,000 on one and 6,000 on another. And so when he came, I was like, damn, bro, you stepped up. You bought 2? He's like, yeah. I'm like, wow. I was like, hey, do me a favor, man. Because I knew how he was. He got a good heart. He Mr. One Up. I was like, hey, man, can you grandfather me in for 1,500 for a puppy? I just threw it out there. And he was like, yeah, I'll do it for you. I was like, you sure? He's like, yeah, okay, cool. So whenever he did his breeding, he grandfathered me in for 1,500. He spent big. Yeah. So I came up on that one, right? He did it. So then he bred the dogs, and then I got, second pick male 1,500. Got my boy Primo. You know what I'm saying? 2 times Boogie Monster. So that's when I'm starting to understand bloodline and genetics, and 2 times this, 3 times, 5 times that. You know what I'm saying? Which is the genetics, right?
All right. After you finish all your thesis, right? I'm gonna ask you a question, a good question, but continue.
Okay. So boom, I get that mail from my partner. He honored it. You know what I mean? And salute to Mr. One Up, man, Damien. Much love. I got respect and love for him because he did that. He didn't have to do that, but he did it. So I got my dog, boom. So now I got my female I produce, okay, which is a freaking hitter, just like her mom, but she's a black version of her mom, fired up. We call her the silent assassin. She want to kill any animal. And like I said, this is in the past, and I didn't put this in this dog. This dog it was who she was. The drive, like the dude told me, the breeder told me when I bought the female, like, bro, these dogs is real prey drive, real hog killing dogs. So then the female I got out of that was the same way, just like her mother, but just a black version, right? So then I get my male, and I'm like, cool, I'm in the game. I got some of the best blood. I got some of this drivey blood. I'm in the game. So then I breed them. That's my second generation of dogs. You know what I'm saying? So now I got the best of the best blood with that Boogie Monster, 2-time Boogie Monster, and I got that heavy hog prey drive dog, my girl Buffy, the black bitch that I produce, and I bred them, and that's my first litter. I sold that out. Told all my partners 1,500, sold them out. Boom, done, easy.
Blessing them,
man, blessing, right? All my friends is happy. I'm cool, right? So then now I'm like, okay, now I'm okay. Now I can do this dog thing. Now I'm kind of feeling it a little bit. Like, okay, I can make some money off this dog. I sold my first, my first litter I did, sold it out. All my partners bought them up. Didn't have to do no advertising. It was easy. You know what I'm saying? It was good. And, that's when my vision started to evolve. You feel me? So now we're going to get to the evolution. So now I kept the dog off of that. I kept the male off of that litter. Boom. His name was Sharky, whatever, right? All blue. He had like a white on his face and nose, white on his chest, looked like a great white shark. Called him Sharky. So I kept him. So y'all, now it goes back to Gotti. You mentioned that gray line and Gotti blood, right? Rose?
Right. Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I'm learning about bloodlines, okay? Because now I got some top tier shit. So now I'm studying the game. Now I'm gonna become a student because now I got some stuff. So now I'll start studying the gray line, all these different type of bloodlines, Gotti line, Remy line, Razor's Edge, all the bloodlines I'm studying. And there was a breeder named Old Dogs. Okay, it was a breeder, and he had like 2 puppies off of this dog named Demonius Rim Compton. I don't know if you know about Demonius Rim. This is classic. He had Gotti dogs, and he had Dela Cruz dogs. Okay, these are the big XLs back in those days, the Juan Gotti type dogs.
I heard of Dela Cruz.
Yeah. So he had those dogs, right? But this guy named Old Dog is a breeder. He bred to Compton, which is a direct son off of West Side Monster. Gotti Line's West Side Monster, which is a direct son off of Juan Gotti, which is probably the best son off of Juan Gotti was West Side Monster. If y'all ever, look him up.
I heard of that dog too.
Okay, so boom. So now Compton is his son, which is his best son. And so I had a daughter off of Compton that I bought from Old Dog's Kennels. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm like, okay, I'm going to take my Boogie Monster blood from Muggleston, and I'm going to take that watchdog, that heavy game watchdog blood that I got off my bitch I produced, and I'm going to bring them dinosaurs back, but I'm going to throw that fucking super duper duper next level drive in them dogs, right? So that was my goal. So I bought the dog from him. I hit him up, saw him on YouTube, hit him up. Hey, man, if you got any breedings like that coming up, let me know, because those are his dogs. He's like, hey, man, I got this female. I'll sell you the female. I was like, done, data. So I went out to Riverside, me and my wife. And of course, my wife was like, I don't need no more dogs. But, I was determined. Now I had the fire. I had the fever. I had the dog fever, right? Went out there, bought the dog, got the dog. So now I got me a Demonius Rim direct daughter of Compton. And Compton is a direct son of West Side Monster. So I'm close to Juan Gotti. I'm closer and closer to Juan. I'm 3 generations close to Juan Gotti now. Okay. So now I get that dog. So now here's where the breeder comes in. You know what I mean? So now I got them dogs. I let her develop whatever. At the time I was living in a residential. I didn't have the space. So I waited, was patient, didn't do no more breeding. I think I did one more breeding with my boy Primo, which is that Mugston dog and my bitch that I produced. I did one more breeding and I sold that to my partners as well. I didn't keep no dogs. I sold that to my partners as well. So I sold that and I waited. So then I was like, you know what? I told my wife, man, we need to get us some property. We need some space. You know what I mean? We need to buy a new house, whatever. So anyway, we had a 3-year plan, get us a crib. Got us a crib. Now we up here on this hill, on this estate that I live in, 6.5 acres. I said, look, Mama, I want the land. You get the house. That's the deal. So got the,
Man.
you know.
Man, so we up on this hill on 6.5 acres.
Big bro, you just don't understand, bro.
Like it was just some
Coach,
small shit.
tell them about the facility, bro.
We
gonna get there.
We up here. Oh, you said the facility. You talk about my kind
nigga, it's the facility, nigga. He has workstations. He has workstations for the. I'm not gonna spill too much sauce. I'm gonna let coach do it.
Yeah, we are. Hey, big bro, we almost there.
Okay.
So so then we, fast forward. We plan. Me and my wife plan to move because my vision is the dogs now. Now I'm really into. I got pieces. I got genetics. I'm evolving as a breeder now. I'm evolving as a dog man. So then, boom, we get our place. We find our place. I wasn't really excited about where I was deciding to move. It was hard to find what me and my wife wanted at the same time. I wanted land. My wife wanted a house. She wanted a certain type of house. I wanted a certain type of land. So long story short, in California, it's very expensive out here to buy property. It's expensive. So God is good. Put me on a space that I didn't necessarily want. It was a house on a hill, but it was 6.5 acres. And I knew that I would have to do a lot of work because I'm in the woods. I'm in the woods, in the forest, on the hills, in the mountains. I knew it was going to be a lot of work. So I was like, whatever, man. My wife is happy with the house. We got a good deal on the house. Boom. So here I am. Boom. I got my property now. So now as a breeder, now I'm starting to put these plans together. Now I'm ready to breed my boy Primo to my bitch, my Gotti bitch. You see what I'm saying? My Gotti bitch. I'm like, okay, now it's time. I breed him. Okay, I breed them, and then I get 2 puppies. Both of them came out stillborn. Now this is before I understood how breeding dogs truly work. Even though I bred twice, I didn't understand that when you have small litters, them puppies in the mother's womb, right? They grow big, right? Because they get all the nutrients. So them puppies is big. So now my female is trying to push them big ass puppies out, and they was huge. And then because she's trying to push them out, a lot of times they don't make it because they get stuck in the canal. And then by the time she finally pushes them out, they dead. So I had 2 stillborn dogs. Okay, this is my lesson learned in the trenches of the breeding dogs, first time. So now I'm hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you know what I mean? So then she goes in the heat 6 months later. I run her back. She didn't take. She goes in the heat again, run her back. She doesn't take. I'm like, damn, this is about 1.5 years of this shit. And I'm not getting no dog. So now I'm thinking this is my dog because my dog's getting older. Primo, he getting older. So I'm like, man, is he not producing no sperm? So that's when I say, you know what? I'm going to run him to my bitch, Buffy, right? Even though I did him 2 times, I'm running to my bitch, Buffy. And, I'm going to see if he can, see if that breeding will take. So it took. She was 9 years old too, man. Shout out to that bitch, man. Real solid foundation bitch, man. My girl Buffy. But she gave me 9 puppies, man, at 9 years old, man.
Oh,
Salute to her. You know what I'm
saying? Shout out to them older female dogs, man. Shout out to Chaos, Dad's mom, you feel me? That's one of the oldest dogs in our program, you feel me? That bitch old as fuck. That bitch like 9 years old, you feel me? She retired now though. And she black. I ain't gonna lie. Black dog's still the best color.
Man, she definitely did that. And for her to produce 9 puppies at 9 years old was amazing to me. You know what I'm saying? So she did it. And then I think a couple of them died or whatever. You know how it is. A couple of them died. And then I think I had like a good 6 or 7 piece. Anyway, I kept them all. You know what I'm saying? Kept the litter. It's like, I'm keeping all that. That's all my shit. So then I ran that. Back.
That's something I would do.
Come on, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm becoming a dog man. I'm evolving into a breeder now, not just a dog lover, but now I'm understanding genetics. I'm studying. I'm getting it. So
then you got the line. You got the space now to fuck with them.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah. So watch this. So then I breed. I try to take primo to my girl Buffy again, right? You know, I'm Buffy, but her name is Roxy, that Gotti line bitch. And then that bitch ended up getting palometra, and I had to put her down. So if y'all don't know what palometra is, it's a uterus infection. You know what I'm saying? They start secreting some black shit out their vagina, and then you like, what the hell is this? You know, and you know, I take her to the vet, and it's like, oh, she got, you know, palometra. It's a uterus infection, and you either got to take her whole uterus out and neuter her, or what? I'm like, nah. What else is the option? Well, you got to put her to sleep. So I had to put her down. You know what I'm saying? So that was a total loss. Okay,
right. My
total loss,
fam.
You know, and I respect that. Thank you, Rhodes. But at the same time, this is what you're going to learn by being a dog breeder. You're going to take a lot of losses. Like I said, my story is so long. This is probably part 2, part 3. I'm trying to summarize it for y'all. I got war stories.
Salute to the good brother Samurai Kills, William O. Yeller Dogs. He's in the chat right now. You feel me? If you got some questions for the good brother coach right here, the dog god, go ahead and drop some questions for him. The good brother Samurai, and we'll get right to him. You feel me? The good brother Samurai, he does protection training with the American Pit Bull Terrier, and he tries to give the insider on how to do it the correct way and build the dogs up. You know what I mean? And
I like that.
Salute to the good brother. You know, he's part of the movement over here. He's another one of them brothers.
Salute.
That he comes through and he's always showing the support. Y'all know my motto, man. Support your supporters. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
That's right.
But we go ahead, get back to it, family. Go ahead, let them know what's up.
So I'm on my turn, but it's a sport. So imagine how much pieces I'm leaving out. Okay, boom, work out, right? You know what I'm saying? I put my girl down. On puppies, that big all game. Lose puppy, but I still have puppies. So, you know, but losing a bitch that I paid a lot of money for, that was part of my foundation for my program in the future, that hurt. So I remember I talked to my wife, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like, what are we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like my program is stale now. I can't move forward in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already did my breeding with Buffy again. It's the 3rd time I kept all the puppies. What else am I gonna do? And I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make sure that I do my checks and balances. I'm gonna add as many pieces as I need to add. I'm gonna add as many females as I need, just in case if one don't work, I got backups. So that's when I went on my DNA finding finding mission. And I started researching dogs and started buying dogs. So I was like, you know what? I'm buying a whole bunch of females, because the females are your foundation, by the way. Females are your foundation when you're a breeder. Understand that. So I bought a whole bunch of females.
Hey,
so I went back.
Trust me, I know. Trust me, I know, bro. I had to put Chaos mom down because of her temperament.
Yeah.
So, trust me, I totally understand losing the foundation female and how valuable they are to your program. It hurts.
Yeah, man, it hurts, man. That was my first pain in the dog games. That was my first pain. You know what I mean? Of course, you know, you lose dogs when they die of old age or they die. But it was a pain because it's halted my program and I had to reassess. So I was like, you know what? I got to buy more dogs. And so I went on a mission to that. I went back to Muggleston. I talked to, you know, this is my turn of dealing with Muggleston. His name is Aaron, the owner of Muggleston, right? Talked to him, and he had this dog named Techno that he was promoting on his site. And it was a double XL Grand Champion or XL Grand Champion Techno. And at that time, I wanted to produce an XL style dog with drive. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really understand where I was going with it, but I still wanted to take what I already had, add those Muggleston dogs, those bigger Muggleston dogs to what I had, and still have drive. So I went to him, talked to him. He had a lot of breedings coming up. And so I was like, you know, this is my goal. I need to find females. I need to revamp my stock. I need females. I need males. So, man, I ended up buying, I think, 5 dogs off of him. You know what I'm saying? I spent, I don't even want to tell you how much I spent, you know. And this is something that I want to advise people who's in this dog game, who's trying to breed dogs. Don't be cheap. Don't be cheap on your genetics. Okay? Don't. If you do that, you're stagnating your program. Okay? Make sure you got your money right. Make sure you get what you want genetically and pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I did. I paid for all my stuff. I paid for first pick. Because I know how to pick dogs. So I want to be able to pick what I want. But see, another thing that you're gonna find out through my story is that a lot of these breeders ain't real. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these breeders is liars. They'll tell you you're getting first pick, but they'll pick out dogs, only show you the dogs that they want to show you, but they already picked out their dogs. You know what I mean? So you thinking that there's so many dogs there, but they already took out 2 of them that you don't even get to see. So a lot of these breeders is faulty, and I learned that the hard way too. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't gonna get into that. So boom, I get 5 dogs off of Muggerston, right? Came through, spin the bag, super bag. Got top tier, what I thought was top tier dogs, and the dogs that I happen to want worked. It worked out for me. But I got, I think, off of Muggerston, I bought 1 female, 2 females, 3 females, 4. I bought 4 females off of Muggerston and a male. No, 2 males, so 5. So 2 males and 4 females. And then I don't know if you've heard of Top Dog Bullies. Have you heard of Top Dog Bullies before? Top Dog Bullies?
No, I haven't heard of them.
Okay, you should check them out, man. They're next level with the XL Bullies too. She's right behind, if not there, with Bossy. You know what I'm saying? It's a woman that runs that too. Her name is Alex.
How much her
Bobby
puppy?
Gold said Muggerston's Lobo legend, and he said Bobby Gold said, AKA Valdez Blue Tiger Shark.
Facts. So he know what time it is. You know what I mean? Like he know what it is. You know, that's back in the day. You know, that's early bird. But he was, like I said, Muggerston was getting those $10,000 tags early bird. You know what I'm saying? Before Bossy and them. And matter of fact, Bossy's program, Foundation Dogs, was off of Boogie Monster. So that shows you what I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Like I had that blood probably before she had it.
So why I'm going to her to buy a Doug then?
Say it again.
I said, why I'm going to her to buy a Doug if you got better Dougs than her?
Well, see, what she promotes is colors, and that's what she promotes the rain. You want a crayon box dog, and that's not no disrespect to Kat. You feel me? She got her game, and I respect her. But she promotes colors.
Because big bro, you know it's in trend right now. People want the lilac tries and they want the Merles.
Correct. And that's what she promotes. She's the queen of that. And I'm not going to
set my own trend though. I don't never follow the trend. I set my own. So.
I promote performance dogs. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a whole different lane than she is. You know, I can care less about a color. You know what I'm saying? I want performance, functionality, all that shit.
Yeah, that's what I like. The functionality.
Yeah, I need a dog that can work.
You're right. Go get that AK from
we want dogs that's gonna be able to stand the test of time.
Facts.
If I want something pretty and cute, I'll go get a Frenchie or a Yorkie.
Right.
That's what they got the fluffy Frenchies for.
Correct.
I ain't getting no.
Which I don't know, guys. You might be seeing a fluffy Frenchie around these parts one day.
I mean, I got one. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't ran into a couple of my old school buddies from high school.
He already said he got one. He already leveled up on it. So Mr.
Coach got him. Coach got him over there.
Mr. One Up probably
got the athletic ones though.
Yeah, I got the high performance ones.
What, a fluffy Frenchie, high performance?
High performance, man. Hey, big bro, watch. Hold on, I'm almost done.
If you don't believe him, you better go check his genetic lab.
Man, go check my lab out. My lab is extensive. You know what I'm saying? Well, hey, big bro, hold on. I'm trying to wrap it up so that we can ask questions because I'm almost done with the journey. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I don't think I'm gonna ever stop asking questions now. You about to not get rid of me. I'm about to be a net in the fly. Hey, coach. Yeah. So, how you was doing that in 2000? Yeah. Man. How you buy the house again? Oh, I just bought one too. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm about to be. Yeah.
No, it's all love. It's all love, and that's what I was telling Rose.
I love to be a Rose.
You know, it's like it's all good. I'm gonna be an open book with the stuff. I got a lot of experience with this stuff, and I'm real with it. You know what I mean? I'm real with it, and I got a real blood, sweat, and dog shit with these dogs. So I could tell y'all some real stuff by experience, not by nobody telling me, but by my own experience. You know what I'm saying? I spent a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort, then took a lot of losses. So I can give you some real perspective on this dog stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we almost there. Okay, we almost there. We're almost about to wrap it up. I know I've been long-winded, but it's a story. Y'all wanted to know my journey? I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, go ahead, family. Look, this is why I bring you on, fam. Man, give the people your experiences.
Okay, so here we go. Now, Top Dog Bullies, right? So I got my Muggerston dogs. I got my dogs with size, XL dogs. I got my dogs. So I went back to the well, Muggerston. Boom. Okay, found out some shady shit dealing with these breeders. Okay, learned a hard lesson, but you know what? God got me. So anyway, boom, got my dogs there. Tapped into Ali from Top Dog Bullies. I wanted Tri XLs. Okay, I wanted Tri. I like the Tri colors, so I wanted Tri XLs. So I tapped into that breeder Ali from Top Dog Bullies, and I told her what I wanted. Hit her up, and that's one thing that you gotta do. If you're serious about buying a dog, talk to your breeder like you serious, so that they respect you and they give you the real. Don't be wolfing. Don't be acting like a regular consumer. Act like you serious, okay? And that's what I did. I called her up, said, "Look, this is what I'm doing. I'm serious. I got money to spend. I'm looking for this. I don't know. I hit her with the real. Boom, boom, boom. All my check marks. Boom. So then she knew I was serious, right? So I was like, look, I want first pick female. I need a Tri bitch. You got one? She's like, yeah, I got this breeding, that breeding. What size are they gonna be? Okay, this size, this. Is the color gonna be there? Yeah, cool. Boom. So I got the first pick. Believe what she said, because I looked at her resume, looked at her dogs. She was real with me. I said, cool, lock me in for first pick. Got first pick female. 10,000. Okay, 10,000. Boom. Then I said, you know what? I need a male too. You know what I'm saying? What I want to add, I want to make sure I solidify that tri-gene in my bloodline. You know what I mean? So boom. So you know what she did? Because I was so real with her, I came through, spent my bread, no haggle, no nothing. She gave me a $10,000 male for half the price because I bought 2 dogs. So she said, you know what? I kept 2 dogs that I was keeping out of this litter. 2 dogs. I got 2 males right now. I necessarily don't need 2 males, but these are 2 of my best males right now. I wanted to keep them, but you know what? Since you want a male, I'm willing to sell them to you for $5 grand. And so, boom. And that's my boy Profit. If y'all go to my page, hey, if you go to my page, that's my boy Profit. I know she mad that she sold me that dog. That boy is a beast. Okay. So I got Profit for $5 grand. That's a $10,000 dog. Okay. That was her dog, her picks. So she picked 2 males. But because of my relationship with her, how I was dealing with her, our conversation, we vibe. She was like, you know what? Since you buying 2 and I like what you're doing, I got 2. I don't need 2 males. You know what I'm saying? You can get them for 5. You know what I mean? So 15 grand, cashed her out. Bink, got me 2 dogs. So now I got my XL program. I got my tri-genes. Boom. So now my lab is growing. You see what I'm saying? Now I got the lab. So here we go. I think that was what, 2017. Think about that was 2017.
You still ahead of the game.
Come on, man. Come on, man. And I'm even more ahead of the game. It's gonna get even better. So then, boom. So now I got a dummy, drivey, watchdog blood. I got classic OG, Razor's Edge blood. Dave Wilson, that Cairo, Paddington. I got that classic OG stuff. I got the original shit. I used to have that classic Gotti blood, but I had to put her down, so that didn't work out. But it is what it is. So then now I got the best of the best. Hey, I even got the best of the best bossy blood with Top Dog Bully blood, because there's a dog named Rumor Has It that's Prophet's mom, and Prophet's grandmother is Victoria's Secret. And if anybody who knows bossy dogs, Victoria's Secret is their flagship dog. It's a female bitch. Her name, look her up, Victoria's Secret.
Yeah, I heard of that dog.
Flagship. Prophet's grandmother is Victoria's Secret. So that's how close I am to their flagship dog. So my pedigree is dummy, but I don't even give a fuck about pedigrees now. But I'm just letting you know, like, my genetics is serious with my dogs. Okay, period.
Talk about it, family.
Serious, right? Even my XLs, first grand champion Techno. Y'all can look them up too. First grand champion in the ABKC, XL dog, grand champion Techno. All my dogs off of Muggleston that I bought is fathered by Techno. So I got grand champion bloodline. I got the top tier bossy blood. I got the top tier top dog bully bloods. I'm killing it with XL blood. So I got the genetics. Okay. So watch this. There's a breeder that I idolize. I can't even say I didn't know them. The dogs that they had. It's called Buff Dogs. And this is my introduction to American Bulldogs and Band Dogs. Okay. Buff Dogs. Y'all look them up. Okay. You can go on YouTube, type it in, Buff Dogs. There's a dog that was named Rocky, American Bulldog. Okay. Had like, I think maybe 500,000 views, 400-something views. And this is 05. I remember in 05, I seen this dog. It was an American Bulldog, the widest front, biggest basketball head. And it was just running back and forth, jumping crazy, just looking crazy. I was like, no, that dog is sick. I never seen no dog with that wide front, that big ass basketball head. So 2018, I decided to go reach out to them. Now, they're no longer in business. They weren't in business when I reached out to them. I emailed them like, hey, I'm on a quest. I'm looking to breed American Bulldogs. So now my palate, I'm just expanding my genetic palate, because now I'm really getting into the genetics. So I'm like,
Right.
oh, I want them Bulldogs. And I'm kind of figuring out that these motherfuckers have been mixing dogs all along. So now I'm figuring out the truth about the bully game. So now I'm like, man, I'm getting my DNA up. So I reached out to him like, hey, I'm serious. And there's nothing too. I said, I'm seriously interested in buying anything that you got available. I know that you guys don't have no place, but let me know. I want to buy. Told her that, or told them that, whatever, emailed them. Boom. 2 weeks later, by good grace of God, she hits me up and says, you know what? We did an in-house breeding. Like, what? We only have 5. We have 5 males, 1 female. We don't need all the males. We got 2 males available. I said, done. So now I'm talking to her. Now the wife is the one that deals with all the business, right? Her name is Jackie. Okay. And her husband's name, Joe. Okay. Now these are OG American Bulldog breeders and legendary band dog breeders. Buff dogs. Look them up. Buff dogs. Look them up. Now I'm talking to the wife. Now my conversation, is I'm relatable and I'm real. So she felt me, and we, what I mean. So now we building rapport. Her and I are building rapport. So boom, I told her I'm buying both of those dogs. Give me a boom. So now we building rapport. She's telling me about their history and all the shit, man. And long story short, they were in a situation financially where they needed some extra funds, right? And that comes out when you build a rapport with people, because now we're talking about our personal lives. We're talking about just everything. And I said, look, I'm building my program. I'm buying genetics. I got a couple dollars. Can I get your foundation band dog? Can I get anything from y'all? Can I get some Bulldogs? And she said, you know what? They were big time. Her husband's brother was a big time multi-million-dollar horse breeder. So they was into storing semen and all that shit. They was into the breeding. So she's like, you know what? My husband, I know he got some semen stored up, and I know he's got, some dogs. So I said, look, can I get the foundation recipe to your band dogs? Because that's what I bought. I bought a band dog from them. I bought 2 band dog males from the Red Tiger and his brother, Brutus. Y'all might see Red Tiger on my Instagram. So long story short with that, because of the rapport I built, man, I was able to finesse them. And I would say finesse them because I knew at the end of the day, money talks, bullshit walks. And I had a couple of dollars, and I was serious. And I knew they was in a situation. The OG, the old man, Joe, he didn't want to give up their foundation blood, which is Red Bull, is a band dog named Red Bull, and Roman, right? Which is their foundation to their band dogs. And they were legendary band dogs. They couldn't keep them band dogs on the shelf. Legendary. So I got the OG. I told Jackie, who I was dealing with, I said, tell Joe, I said, look, if I buy this, if I buy 3 of each, I think it was 6 different dogs. If I buy 3 of each straws, can he give me the Red Bull? She's like, I know he don't want to do it, but I'll get him to do it. And it was a substantial amount of money that I spent. So guess what? Long story short, he came up off them foundation. He gave them to me. You know what I'm saying? Well, I paid for him, but he didn't want to do it because, that's his recipe. If you're a dog, man, like, why am I going to give you my recipe? I'm going to hold on to this. This is my shit. But he gave it up to me. So I got the foundation band dog. I got my boy Rocky. That dog Rocky, look him up. If y'all get a chance, look him up. Rocky, type in Rocky Buff Dogs, and you can see the American Bulldog that I'm talking. I got his straws. I got Rocky's daddy straws. I got another American Bulldog straws. I got Red Bull straws, and I got Roman straws. So my band now you get to see. Now I got band dogs and American Bulldogs, next level band dogs, and American Bulldogs in my DNA lab. So now I'm coming up something stupid now. Now I know, like, yo, ain't too many people fucking with me. So check this out. I'm almost wrapping it up. So Chris Moore, you did an interview with Chris Moore, right? Is his name Chris Moore?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so check this out. Chris Moore saw my boy Red Tiger. He does oldies, right?
Yes, sir.
So Chris Moore saw my boy Red Tiger, reached out to me. Said, hey, coach, man, I like your dog over there. And he know everything it is about Bulldogs. Chris Moore is the shit. He know everything about the dog game from the past to the present. He's a wealth of knowledge. Make sure you tap into that guy, right?
Yeah, so shout out to Chris Moore, man. He definitely, you see how we moving over here, man, as far as the pieces that I done picked up. Shout out to Chris Moore, man. Shout out to T-Fit over there at Fit Bullies. Man, them 2 real good brothers. Make sure y'all get over there. Make sure y'all can get in contact with Chris Moore on Facebook. Look for Chris Moore on Facebook. Look for my guy T-Fit. You can find him on Instagram, Fit Bullies. And you can find his YouTube channel, Fit Bullies, man. Very good information, man. They dive fully into depth. Well, with Chris Moore, he's going to tell you about the OD Bulldogs. and Fit Bully's gonna tell you how to produce really good bulls. You feel me? As far as if you're trying to deal with the American bully.
Hey, Chris Moore know a lot about everything, so don't even ask him about whatever you need to know. Okay, so
Exactly.
I salute Chris Moore. So anyway, he reached out to me, right, because he saw Red Tiger, and he does oldies and stuff like that. So with oldies, I guess you can put whatever you want in your genetic recipe. They ain't tripping on the oldies, right? They're not tripping on that. So he saw that, he saw Red Tiger. He wanted to use them. And then, I was like, okay, cool, whatever. But I was like trying to figure out what direction I wanted to go with him because he's a band dog. And I was like, well, I want to kind of make an American Bulldog out of him. So salute to Chris Moore. And I respect him for this. He was like, Coach, you should do your own thing, man. Don't worry about doing try to confide or try to line up with what everybody else is doing, trying to do an American Bulldog, trying to make sure you get a paper. He said, make your own dog.
Right.
So right there, boom, I remember him telling me that. Locked in, boom, that stuck in my head when he was telling me that. And he gave me a lot of stuff about the history of Razor's Edge. He gave me a lot about all these dogs. He gave me the history, and I respect him for telling the truth, man. So salute to you, Chris Moore. Much respect, man. So anyway, boom, got the band dogs now. Now I'm band dogged up. So now I'm breeding now. Now, I'm breeding dogs now. I got all the genetics that I need. I'm loaded. Now I'm in American Bulldogs. I bought 3 American Bulldog bitches from different breeders and stuff like that. Like I'm in the game. I'm EA Sports. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the game now. Now I'm feeling like, you know what? Ain't nobody gonna fuck with me because my lab is so extensive. I got XL Bullies. I got Pit Bulls. I got band dogs. I got American Bulldogs. So now it's like, okay, now it's time to cook. And now I got solidified and reassured by Chris, like, yo, do you. You know what I'm saying? Make your shit. Do your shit. Don't, you ain't got to do what everybody else do. Do what you do. And it's like, you know what? I'm going to do what I do. So here I am today.
My good brother, Devon B is in the motherfucking building, man. That's who got me in contact with Chris Moore, man.
Man, respect to Devon B.
Respect, Devon. Yeah.
Now, hey, give me a quick 1 minute. I use the restroom. Hold on, man. Just give me a quick 1 minute.
Go ahead, family. Go ahead. I'm gonna give a shout out to everybody that's in the comments real quick, man.
Go ahead. Knock
that shout out to BFE Kennels. Shout out to Debenor Bullies. Shout out to All Purpose, Bulldog's Purpose. Shout out to Tony M. Shout out to Bobby Gold. Shout out to Samurai Kennels Williams, Old Yeller Dogs.
Shout out.
Man, I appreciate everybody up in the chat, man. Like I said, if y'all got any questions for the good brother, man, go ahead and leave some questions up in here, man. He just went to the bathroom real quick. But we here, man. I see how we moving, man. We giving y'all that knowledge, man. We went all the way back to, in the beginning, was talking about what he had going on in 1996. Now we getting closer and closer to the present day. You know what I mean? So y'all just if y'all wasn't here in the beginning, make sure y'all hit the replay on this live and make sure y'all listen to everything they had going on. You feel me? But y'all see what we got going on, man. We set the trend. Hard work pays off. You already know my motto: support your supporters. Man, this is what we doing, family.
And you hear birds chirping. You feel me?
You got any words for the people, man?
For me? No, I ain't got too much words. You see how we doing. We hit hard like Tank.
Yes, sir. I'm back, fellas. I'm back. Appreciate y'all's patience.
Go ahead, family.
Okay, so yeah, we about to wrap up. So salute to Chris Moore. I appreciate the knowledge that he gave me. He kept it real. I respected the fact that he wanted to use my dog. He gave me even some history about buff dogs because he knows about them too. So he was letting me know that I got something good. And it's good to have some reassurance for somebody who's an OG who got experience, man. So that's why I gotta give my hats off and get the flowers to Chris Moore, man. So anytime y'all need some real information, man, that's a good guy to tap into, just off my experience. You know what I'm saying? So salute to you, Chris Moore. So boom, I got my band dogs. I got my American Bulldogs. So, okay, now we're going to tap into a dog that I know Rhodes knows, and a lot of y'all who know me know, you know what I'm saying? A special dog of mine, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of special dogs, but this dog is special. So
You got a lot of special dogs over there, bro.
I mean, I got a lot of special dogs, man. But I got to put this one. I mean, I put him at the top spot just because of how I acquired him and then what he turned out to be. You know what I'm saying? So God is good. So watch this. Now my vision is evolving into more performance-based dogs. Okay, because I got a facility, like Rose was saying, right? I built a facility for my dogs. I got a whole area to house them. I got a whole training facility with the weight pool, the wall climb, the spring pole, everything. I got the full facility, man. What they call it, agitation area where I can agitate my dog, tether them. I mean, I got a full. I built a full facility, man. My vision was from the beginning to build that. I built it, so now I got everything. Not only do I have the facility, but I got the dogs too. So now it's like, you know what? I need to be more into performance dogs. So I got into the American Bulldogs too because of the band dogs and that semen I bought from Buff Dogs. And a breeder was telling me that I bought one of my females from because I was telling them what I was doing. I'm excited. Oh man, I'm in the Bulldogs. I don't know shit about American Bulldogs, but I'm in American Bulldogs. I got the semen. I need to buy these females. So now I'm buying females and I'm buying it from this respected OG breeder. His name is Chuck. You know what I'm saying? Brits American Bulldogs, legendary too. You know what I'm saying? I make sure I deal with them type of people because I want knowledge too when I'm spinning. So I remember telling him what I had, and I was like, I was into the bully type bulldogs, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah, man, I got this dog from Buff Dogs. You know who about it? I know who they are. And he was telling me, man, hey, them bully dogs and them big ass basketball heads ain't worth a shit. That's what he told me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, OG just popped my bow. Now, me being humble, I'm listening. I'm not like, oh, well, I'm gonna do. I'm humble because I want to understand why, right? So I'm like, well, why you say that? He's like, man, I own all them dogs, man. I've been, and OG Chuck is like, I think he's like 75. OG, man. OG got champion on top of champion dogs. Like he's respected in the American Bulldog game. So I listened to him. He's like, bro, I own those dogs. I was just like you. Them bully type bulldogs with them big basketball heads and all that stuff. He said, them dogs ain't worth a shit. Them dogs die on you. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. And so I'm like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, right? I'm listening, but I'm like, whatever. I'm still getting my shit because I want them bully type dogs. I like them bully type American Bulldogs. So I get a dog from him, and then I buy 2 females from another breeder. And now I got my semen on deck for my American Bulldogs. So I'm in the game. Like I got American Bulldogs, top tier shit, champion bullies. I got drivey pit bulls. Like I'm loaded. So I get my band dogs, right? And salute to Jack. Her name is Jackie, the wife of Joe, who is Buff Dogs, right? She told me everything. That's why it's good to build rapport. When you serious people, they'll tell you stuff. She told me all the pluses and the minuses to her dogs. She told me about them. The negative stuff that will make you like, I ain't buying that now. She told me about her dogs. She told me the flaws. Now I just wanted the DNA because I'm in the lab now. Now I'm becoming a mad scientist. I need the genetics. I need DNA. So I didn't care about the flaws. I'm trying to fix it. I'm trying to build shit. I don't care. But she told me the dogs that you got from me are super drivey. They don't have an on and off switch and they blow up. They overheat. She said it off the top. Now that ties into the OG Chuck when I bought a female American Bulldog from him telling me what he experienced. It ties into that. But I didn't care, whatever. I listened, but I didn't care because I'm like, I need the genetics. So then it wasn't until I experienced what they told me, then I started to care. You know what I'm saying? So I lost one of those Buff Dogs. I lost one of my American Bulldogs. You know what I mean? Because they did exactly what Chuck said. Them motherfuckers ain't worth a shit. They got dry, but they can't cool themselves off. They overheat. They blow up. You know what I'm saying? The dogs that
I got. So can I ask the question?
Yes.
Are these dogs more aligned the Johnson dogs, or what would you say they were?
No, I wouldn't say I wouldn't say that because Buff Dogs bred their dogs their own type of way. They had their own style of bulldogs because they was real deep in it. So I would say that it's just a Buff Dog American Bulldog. I would say they're the bully type. So whatever the bully types are, which is the wide, big, you know what I'm saying? Big basketball heads, whatever type that is, you can compare it to those. But I would just say more of a buff dog, American Bulldog. And then, but then I bought a female. So there's a dog on my Instagram. Her name is Big Bertha that everybody loves, man. And I loved her too, man. And I bought her from Beyond Beliefs Kennels. You know, shout out to him too, man. He's a good dude, good brother. But I bought it from him, and the dad is a grand champion. I think he's a champion or a grand champion American Bulldog named TKO, super dog, super American Bulldog. So again, I'm thinking of aesthetics. I'm thinking of aesthetics still. I'm not necessarily understanding functionality, breathing. I'm still learning on the job. Okay. So I buy this dog because of the dad being a champion, the dad looking a certain type of way. I was like, I want that look. I need that genetics, not knowing about performance. So I get the American Bulldogs. Okay. I get the Band Dogs. Okay. And I'm seeing the drive I'm loving, right? Because I'm on performance dogs. They got drive. They attack every, you know, they have that go, that drive. You know, that drive, you see that want to work. I love it. I'm like, oh, these dogs want to work. I love it. But okay, when you learn about genetics and you start seeing dogs for what they truly are inside, not just what you see, but inside their organs. We don't see their organs. We don't see their heart. We don't see their lungs. We don't see their throat. We don't see their nostrils. You don't see all that inside shit, right? I learned the hard way because I had dogs that wanted to work, but genetically they weren't built for it inside. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. They had the drive, but their bodies was too small.
No, not too small. The organs.
The organs inside the body.
Right. The
Right.
heart. Right. The heart.
The lungs, the air passage in the throat, the nostrils, they weren't built to be able to handle that type of workload that was in their mind. In their mind said, I want to work. Their body wasn't genetically built to work that way, the way their mind was. See, I had to learn about that because
that's why the OG said they ain't worth for shit.
Correct. Facts. Big bro, facts. Just exactly why he said they ain't worth the shit.
That's why I don't like them goddamn little ugly ass dogs.
I mean, they was beautiful dogs, though. I mean, they look intimidating. They was big.
I understand what you're saying, but that's just a waste of money. That's just throwing money in the dog hole. But continue.
Facts. So, but listen, I had to learn the hard way. Remember, I'm coming in. I got visions of the grandeur. I mean, I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? I got my, I'm excited. I got what I want to build. And I was hearing them, but I wasn't listening. Put it that way. I was hearing them, but I wasn't listening. So it took for me to experience it myself to say, OG was right. Jackie, thank you for telling me the truth. You know what I'm saying about these dogs. Okay. So then fast forward. Now I'm looking for performance dogs. I want to create a larger pit bull. And there's a kennel called Lions Lair Kennels, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm shouting them out because I give respect to all dog men, you know what I'm saying? They probably won't give me a shout out because you know how it is competition, but I'm going to give them a shout out because that's who I am, you know what I'm saying? I always pay respect because I know there's nothing new under the sun. Regardless of what I'm doing, somebody already did it, okay? I'm just taking it to another level. So anyway, kennel named Lions Lair Kennel, had a dog named Gunner. You familiar with Gunner Rhodes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about you, big bro? You heard of Prince Gunner?
Sir, no. You know why I haven't heard of them? Because I was subjected to only of my city and my circle and what I've seen on TV. So
okay.
No. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm still a student. I'm still learning.
Big bro, he just opened up like what, 2 years ago, fam?
Yeah, on really being inside and being connected and networking with the dog game. So I'm still a student, so I'm soaking up information. That's why I'm so intrigued of your insight. So that's why I'm like, continue. I haven't heard of that individual though, but tell me about it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So there's a kennel, Lions Lair Kennel out there in the UK. Okay, the owner of that kennel, his name is Simon. He has a dog named Prince Gunner that he purchased from Crack Kennel Greg out there in Philly, Crack Kennel, right? So it's like I would describe Gunner as like a red Camelot old family red style dog. You know, the Camelot dogs are kind of the big red dogs. So that's kind of like what I would describe him as, Gunner, as a big red Camelot with an old family red influence as far as the look is concerned, but just a bigger version of an old family red. That's how I would describe him. But he had a lot of drive. So when I saw this dog, I was like, yo, this dog reminds me of them old school red-nosed pits, but bigger. And it's got intense, he had an intense look and a drive to him, like that's crazy drive, but very intense. So it reminded me of my days when we was hitting dogs, you know what I'm saying? When we was back in the 96, it reminded me of those type of dogs.
Yeah.
So I was like, ooh, but it was bigger. I was like, ooh, I love this dog, right? And so Simon announced the breeding. He had another dog named Spade, a black dog. If y'all familiar with Simon, this dog named Spade is an all black dog he got from Unleashed. Tall, 24-inch, tall bitch, big bitch, look like a male, all black, muscled out. So he keeps his dog very conditioned. He always shows him in a very drivey type of way. So he promotes his dogs superb. And remember, I'm starting to get into performance dogs. I want that. I was like, ooh, what if I made a larger style pit bull? I take my prey drive and put it in a larger body. Ooh, I want to do that. So I reached out to him. He announced the breeding that he had with Gunner and Spade. And I instantly hit him up. Instantly. Hey, I'm serious. I ain't wolfing. I ain't selling no tickets. I want first pick female off the top. He was like, all the females are sold. I'm like, dog, you just promoted this just now. He's like, all the females are sold. He said, all I got is second pick, male, and whatever, right? So I was like, whatever. I just need the blood. I need the blood. I said, but tell me this: will I get that height and will I get that drive? He was like, yeah, with the dogs, they're 20. You know, they gave me the genetic tape. He said, parent side 24, 26 inches dogs. You know, this dog. Father side, a lot of drive. Boom, done. So I locked in, man. So locked in. It's my time to pick. He had black dogs. Now, y'all know that black dogs is very popular right now, right? I don't know if y'all know that the black dogs is real popular right now.
I keep hearing people requesting.
Oh, they're popular right now. They're hot right now. The black dogs is hot right now. So then Simon told me, he's like, look, man, all the people out there in the States, they want these black dogs. I was like, bro, I don't buy dogs with color. That's what you know what I mean? That's what I'm performance now. I'm performance only. I don't care about color. I don't care about shit. Perform. I need them to breathe. I need to drive. I need this. I said, I don't care about color. I don't care what color they are. I said, stack them up. I need to see who's going to be the tallest and who's going to have the drive. He said, well, they both have drive. I said, cool. Who's the tallest and who's got, you know, I need to see who's the tallest because I wanted the size. So he stood AK, my dog AK, which I'm talking about. AK, which is a buckskin and an all black male, two dogs. They stood up. And AK was taller and he had that extreme he got an extreme front. AK got an extreme front, almost like a slight wishbone front. He almost got like a, you know what I mean? Got that buff type of front that he had, but he was taller than his brother and longer, and he looked like a hound dog. And so when I saw like, I need to have that because that reminded me of like one of them game dogs. You know, them game dogs are like hound dogs and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was like, I want him. Boom. And so I get my dog, imported him in, 12,000. Okay, so those of y'all who listen to me, that y'all hearing me, a dog like AK, 12,000 I spent for AK. Okay, so for those of y'all who understand the genetics, then when I tell y'all don't be cheap on your dogs, don't be cheap on your dogs because that's how I got a freak like him. So then, boom, get him over here, picked him out, got him imported over here to the States of California. Boom, now that boy's a freak, man. You know what I'm saying? The boy's 3 years old now. Produced 7 litters already. Produces himself. Drive, size, everything that a game dog is, but just bigger, faster, and stronger, period. And can nobody tell me, you know what I'm saying? Can nobody tell me otherwise? I'm a real dog, man. I really understand this shit. I've done been through blood, sweat, and tears, blood, sweat, and dog shit. I understand dogs inside and out. I done bought more dogs, done lost more dogs. I mean, I understand dogs from the essence. Done been through it by experience. And I know when I got a freak. I know when I got something that God just, you know, bestowed upon the few that get an opportunity to own a dog like that. And that's what my dog AK-47 is. So now I got double XL pit bull. I got pit bulls, classic watchdog pit bulls with massive prey drive. I got bulldogs. I got band dogs. I got XL bullies. I'm loaded. My whole cabinet, my genetic cabinet is loaded. So now here I am. Now I'm producing dogs. So now here I am. About a year and a half, I'm now producing dogs to the public and I'm selling dogs to the public. And now to close out, now what I provide is high performance Formula One level working dogs. Okay. Formula One level. Y'all familiar with racing? Formula One is the top tier racing. Okay. I'm into performance. I done lost so many dogs because they had pieces of the puzzle, but they didn't have the complete puzzle. Okay. I learned by my mistakes. Okay. Now I know how to put the genetic recipes. I got all the pieces to put the right pieces genetically together to produce high level performance dogs. Not only performs at a maximum level, but look good too. I got all that. So that's pretty much me, man. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at right now. I produce Formula One level dogs. I'm performance based. I can care less about a color. I don't give a fuck about a color. Excuse my language, but I stress it. I care about a color. Frames, brains, and motors is that's my foundation. You want a next level performance working dog, you get it from me. You want something that's gonna look good, perform good, all the shit you get from me. You want something next level, ain't nobody got my laboratory. Nobody. Okay. I spent the money. I talked to the top tiers. You know what I'm saying? I got it. I produce performance bullies, XL bullies. I put motors in my bullies too. You know what I'm saying? I put motors in them bullies too. Okay. I got even high performance French bulldogs, like Rose was talking about. I bumped my head on a fluffy that I bought that can breathe and has drive. You know what I'm saying? And thinks he's a real bulldog. Like he thinks it in his mind. Like he sees a stranger, he want to get at the stranger. You know what I'm saying? He thinks he's dominant, and I love it. And he can breathe. And then with my experience with the French bulldog, I've had a bad experience with the French bulldog. If we talked about my losses, that'll be a whole nother story. I could tell you losses that had you crying, that had you tapping out of the dog game if I tell you all my losses. Okay. So I lost a lot of money in French bulldogs. I was like, you know what? I'm not losing no more. I'm building performance French bulldogs. And that's what I build right now. I got performance French bulldog with drive, think they pit bulls can breathe, functional. I'm gonna have them weight pull and all the stuff. But that's what I focus on. So that's who I am right now. I'm the high performance dog man. I got all the top tier genetics from band dogs to XL bullies to pit bulls to XL pit bulls to even French bulldogs, man, to American bulldogs. I got it all. And I'm serious about my craft. I know a lot. I got a lot of knowledge by experience. Also talked to a lot of OGs who is willing to tell the truth. Okay. To tell the truth, like Chris Moore, other people. I can go on and on about other people who talk to me and tell me the truth. You know what I mean? Tell me the good and the bad. You know what I mean? And that's what I respect. So now I apply the truth to my formulas, and now I produce next level, top tier, world's best performance dogs. So that's me, man. That's me in a nutshell, man.
No doubt, family. I got some questions for you right here in the chat.
Go ahead, knock them out.
Let you knock them out real quick before we leave up out of here. Here goes the first one right here. He says, I'm pretty sure he was saying anyone knows what happened to one particular Excalibur daughter. I know that whoever acquired her, it was in Central Valley, the DG. Thank you for your time and info.
I'm not really familiar with Excalibur blood. Not to say that it's not relevant. I'm just not really familiar with Excalibur blood personally.
Okay. And then here goes another question from my good brother Shells, Deborah Bullies. He said, "Can't you take them to the vet from a young age, find out everything what's going on with them?"
No, and I would say no because just like, for example, a human, right? You know, you can go to the vet as a child and not a vet, excuse me, a doctor as a child, and then be clear of all diseases or whatever. And all of a sudden, you got cancer as an adult. So, no, not necessarily. I mean, you can get an idea of what, like, you can get a DNA test and see what the dog is genetically prone to. However, you have to let that dog develop over time to really see what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So,
right. So here goes the next question. Well, it ain't really a question, but they said one of my family dogs was, as a child, was an old family red, RP JoJo, and then my good brother Deborah Bully said that, and then he said this is another one that he had. He said also had a pure Irish Staffordshire Bull Terrier, Bear RP. He said it was all black, scaled any fence, and would run through fences. Was all head used and drag kids in front.
That's what's up. Hey, that's what's up, man. That sounds like a good dog, man. I mean, rest in peace to your dog.
Sounds like That sounds like a fun dog. Jump on his back and ride down the steps. Fun
Yeah,
dog.
yeah. Rest in peace to him too. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Good brother Devin or Bully said that's how I feel about Aftershock. It says also as a child had a famous dog named Child Clyde from Hog bloodline. Boy,
Mm,
he was next level then.
man, them hog dogs ain't no joke. You know, for those of us who use them, you understand them dogs ain't no joke.
I
Salute.
need one of them. I need a hard dog. But it got to be an actual bully though.
It is. So my good brother Bobby Goins is asking. He said, "Is old family and Gator bloodline something that has influenced or is part of your foundation?"
My boy AK has old family, red in him, and I would say that that definitely influenced him for sure.
My good brother Devin Bully said, "Respect." And that's pretty much what we got. All we got right there, family.
Yeah,
Is
no,
anything?
much
Is
respect.
anything what you would tell anything in the community? Like, say if it was a youngin out there in the community that wanted to get into the dogs and ever wanted to decide to take this up as an avenue, what would you tell him
I
or
would
her?
tell
Him or her?
I would tell him or her to first have a plan of action. Okay, have a plan of action. Make sure you have your money right. Make sure you have a place to actually house your dogs. Okay, that is suitable to have multiple dogs. And if you're trying to breed, and stick to your vision. You know what I mean? Don't let nobody, and there's a lot of naysayers in the dog game. They just, just the world we live in. Everybody want to naysay, especially if you're doing something original. And that's how the OGs was doing it back in the day before the internet. They was in their own yards doing their own recipes. So just stick to your goal. Make sure you prepared. You have your vision. You got your money right. And you know what I mean? Don't be cheap. Don't be cheap. That's what I say. Don't be cheap on your genetics.
My good brother Shells, Devin or Bully says another question that he has: have you ever heard of King Smasher?
Is that a bully? Well, I mean, what kind of dog is that? I've never heard of it.
Good brother Shells, is that a bully? What kind of what class of dog is this? What breed? And then my good brother said, "That's great, GD." He said keep the respect to the past will always come through. Your knowledge is influential. I'm trying to say that word. I couldn't get it out right there.
Yeah,
And
influential.
then he said thank you.
Hey, salute
And,
Bobby Gold. Salute, brother.
and then my good brother said he's an American Bull, Pro Bulls.
Mm. You know what? There is a lot of dogs out there that are quality. You know what I mean? It's hard to keep up with all the dogs. So I don't necessarily know about that particular dog. I'm not to say that it's not on the level to be known, but I just don't know about that dog.
Don't feel bad. I don't know a lot about none of the dogs. Don't feel bad.
I
People like you don't
appreciate
know.
you, good brother Shells. Real talk, family.
I don't
Yeah,
be
no, Rose, that's respect. No, this platform is dope. You know what I mean? Like real talk.
Yeah, man. No matter what platform it is, man, we all gain knowledge and we learn a lot of knowledge from all platforms that are kind of particular and familiar with the type of stuff that we got going on as far as working dogs. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, it's a lot of what's the word you what I'm trying to say? It's a lot of
bullshit. Okay.
Facts. There you go.
you
There
might
you
as well
go.
just say that. You might as well
Big
just say
bro.
that. It's a lot of bullshit in the American bully
In the
community. You know what I
dog
mean?
game. Not even just an American bully, Rose. The dog game.
Dog game.
Right,
A lot of
right. You
bullshit.
can say that. Real shit. Real shit.
It's a lot of bullshit. I'm gonna call them PP loan breeders. PP loan breeders. Everybody went out when they got that PP loan, went and got dogs. Now they
Yeah.
breeders.
But
Now
it even
they
goes back even to some of the OGs. Like some of the
oh yeah.
OGs, they forget where they came from. And that's one thing you gotta, we always hear that. I mean, ain't nothing new under the sun, man. The old cliches is facts. Don't forget where you came from. A lot of the
Well,
OGs, some of them, they want to just act like they the end all, begin all with dogs. Like, stop it. You know what I'm saying? Stop it. Everything
uh,
progresses.
yep.
Everything progresses. Dog
With
progresses.
time.
Dog Man got their own recipes. Let it be, just like they had to. You know what I mean? Just like the OGs had. So if you're not respecting a new Dog Man doing his own thing, then you a hypocrite. So some of them OGs is on that shit, man. Shame on you, OG. Shame on you.
They shouldn't be called OGs then. They should just be called old fools.
Yeah,
Ah!
real shit. Because if
Ah!
any OG should be able to respect any youngin.
Man, they should be an old fool. They think they got all the knowledge and all the game, but they ain't got shit. You know what I mean?
Man, you know, it's sad. It's sad that it's that way. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's the way of the world, man. You know, everybody think they an expert, and it's like ain't nothing new under the sun, bro. Ain't nothing new under. That's what will ever. That's why I will forever be humble because I already know I didn't invent nothing that I'm doing. Everybody already done did it, generations upon
Listen,
generations since the beginning. I'm just a remix of the remix. That's all I am.
we still can't figure out the pyramids, so we must ain't be that smart. We must ain't that smart as a civilization. We can't
Facts.
figure out the pyramid.
Correct. Yeah, we can't figure out how they produced that, and they did that back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you
As
right
much
about that.
technology and further we is as a advanced people, we still don't have the answer to that.
That's real.
Facts.
That's real. So, Coach, go ahead and let them know where they can find you, man. On Instagram, YouTube, man, all platforms, family.
Okay, yeah, you can man tap into the Dog God, aka the Coach, right? So it's the Dog God, aka the Coach on IG. You can tap into my Instagram, the Dog God TV. And yeah, man, or you can go to my website,
That's your
you know.
YouTube, fam.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. That's my YouTube. Sorry. The Dog God TV on YouTube. I apologize. And, you know, thank you, Robes. And also, you know, you want to check out my website, www.thebullygods36912.com if you want to check out my website. But yeah, I'm on IG. I'm on YouTube. You know what I mean? You can find me on there.
And I put the link to his YouTube in the description of this live. So if you
Thank you.
guys go look at the description right now, you can find the link to his YouTube. Get there, subscribe to his channel, man. Check out some of his videos, man. Get some of that knowledge and check out them genetics.
Oh man, I got the genetics, baby. You know, ain't nobody messing with me with the genetics, man. You know what I mean?
I might
Nobody.
have to come to the lab and borrow some blood and mix some. I gotta mix a monster myself.
Yes, hey, come to my lab. I got something for you, man. I can share something with you, man. Come to my
Yeah,
lab. I got
man.
something that'll work.
We mix a monster by ourselves. I ain't gonna go spend that bread with that lady. I don't know her. See, I don't
Yes,
even know. Might as well come spend some bread with you, King. You
man,
dig?
big bro. I appreciate, and I'll take care of you too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna
Don't worry, I'm coming saying.
overcharge you.
Hey,
Listen,
big bro, you
yeah,
got the land now. You got the land now. You better stop playing.
listen. All I need is a couple of dirt bikes and a couple yeah, and we good, and a couple of planks. My life. We good. I can live, man. My family can live off an acre. We need to get the neighbor out the way. What he sitting on? You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to conquer. You dig? Let's take
Yeah,
over the whole mountain over that motherfucker. Shit, that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, man, it was an honor, man. I appreciate your time. I
respect,
appreciate your knowledge. And
respect.
yeah, and I will see you soon one day. I will be honored to be in your presence, and that will be an honor on my end. But yeah, anything else to people, anything you gotta say, Rose? Cause you know what I gotta say, hard work pay off.
Facts,
All day, we set the trends, cause don't nobody do it like us. You
facts,
dig?
facts.
Yes, sir. Man, big bro, let them know where they can find you at, man.
Man, if they don't know, they don't know. I don't listen. If they don't know, they ain't gonna know. That's how I look at it. I ain't trying to get fined. Huh? I gotta find them. You did.
Hell yeah, you already know the movement, baby. So look, check it out, man. Y'all can find your boy at r.k.b.b_Samaj on Instagram. You feel me? You can find us on Facebook at Rose Kennels Behemoth Bloodline. Get there and do not be squared. And y'all already here at the YouTube channel, so y'all already know. Y'all don't need to go no further. Y'all already know the movement, man. Hit that like button, share it out to your friend, tell them to share it to another friend. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on all our new uploads. Y'all already know how I say it, man. Y'all know our motto: support your supporters. And until next time, we out, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings.
Yep. Salute. Peace and blessings. Off the top.
It's the road runner. You wild, boy. Should I mix the off-white with the V-Long? Sippin' Bel Air, mixed with the P-Tron. Fuck around and put some walk in a cream soda. Been that nigga since a youngin' on the seesaw. Randos walking up, they asking what the jeans cost me. Southwest, I'm just waiting on the lift off. Brody in the field, waiting on the kickoff. Running plays back to back, we the big dogs. All whites on my feet, I'm just kicking it. V-Long for the T, feeling ignorant. With a nigga bitch in traffic, facing out the zip. Told her carry on the bag, you know she took the trip. All I do is trap, in love with taking risks. Southwest money man, love making flips. I can lead you to a bag, but when you take that trip, really know about the bottom cause I came from it. In the game, I'm a coach and a captain. Come invest team, show you how a backflip. Disappear and reappear, this shit magic. Pack Rican, this the third time I rapped it. Money team MO, we don't do capping. Out the mud, never switch, we the family. Outside your shit like Call of Duty, bitch, we camping. Back to back with this Drake, this bitch flashing. Should I mix the off-white with the V-Long? Sippin' Bel Air, mixed with the P-Tron. Fuck around and put some walk in a cream soda. Been that nigga since a youngin' on the seesaw. Randos walking up, they asking what the jeans cost me. Southwest, I'm just waiting on the lift off. Brody in the field, waiting on the kickoff. Running plays back to back, we the big dogs.